Hey,
Hi.
how's it going?
It is going swell.
Is it now? Is it really?
Um, in the grand scheme of things, I could say that it could be going considerably, maybe even substantially better. But I can breathe oxygen.
I mean, you just got a simp, man. So I don't know how to,
I have a few simps actually. It's
You're getting a coalition of
interesting.
simps. I mean, that's pretty impressive for a guy.
Truly, it really is. I didn't think that I would ever experience that.
Like a girl getting a simp. That's like, okay, whatever.
It's almost a given.
Yeah,
in
yeah.
this day and age.
I mean, you probably have a harder time finding a girl that doesn't have at least one or two simps.
Right.
Just offhand that she could just be like, oh yeah, these guys, they simp after me or whatever. But no,
Oh yes.
a guy having a handful of simps. Now that is a rare feat indeed. So I'm just saying, kudos to you.
Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate that. I mean, I think your simps are right around the corner. I'm not gonna lie.
No.
If you say so, friend. If you say so, friend.
No.
Okay.
Hold on, I just realized it's picking up you and not me. Can I have this pick up me?
Interesting. Maybe also capture your microphone.
No, it's one or the other.
Oh, oof, that sucks.
So it's either me or you.
It's either me or you. Interesting.
Yeah.
Technical difficulties.
I knew we should have actually planned shit out instead of just throwing shit at the wall.
I can hear you on stream.
No, but I have my visualizer, man.
Well, yeah, no, I can hear you.
Visual aspect, man.
Your
It's
visual's
the
not big enough.
Visual aspect. You need to see the shit.
I see. I understand.
Yes, and we also, I also need you to set up shit like so that we don't have like, I don't fucking know, man. We should have actually set this up instead of being like, hey, let's talk about shit and let's do shit.
We could have been showing up. We could have thought about this a little bit better, but we're here.
Whatever. We're here. I don't think I could say that anymore. I mean, maybe I could say it. I don't know. Can I say it?
Go ahead. Throw it out there.
Well, no, can I? I mean, I don't want to say it and to be like, oh my god, what the fuck are these guys doing? Like I'm okay. Look, I'm going to preface this, man. We're going to piss off a lot of people.
Oh, for sure.
We're going to piss off a fuck ton of people. And
have you seen my review of the Dragon Ball movie?
Dude, yes, I've seen it. Yeah, and I've seen the comments. I've lived through all those tweets that you twatted. And I'm just saying, like,
I'm used to it.
We pissed off a lot of people, and that might not be the best direction to go for episode 1 of a podcast. I'm just saying, man, like, we might as well call this episode 1, the one where we shoot ourselves in the foot.
The pilot. We'll call it the pilot.
I like my name better. The one where we shoot ourselves in the foot.
Hey, man. Sometimes the best way to just wake yourself up is a good shot in the foot. You feel that? You feel me?
Yes, yeah. I don't know how I could get through my day without a nice cup of Joe, a nice hearty breakfast, and a little lead in the toes.
Oh yes. I agree with that. Is the visual that important to you, Pen?
Yes. Yes, it is.
I apologize. Oh, it does say that I hosted you. Okay, so I'm making sure that I'm actually hosting you.
Okay, cool. So
at least I'm not an idiot.
So you want to get into the nitty gritty? Do you want to get into it now, or do you just?
Let me run this by you real quick on the. Okay. I'm gonna DM it to you.
I'm gonna move my mic. Is it? Wait, hold on. Is it safe to view on the Twitch?
Oh yeah, yes.
Okay, I just want to make sure, like the last channel I didn't look at Discord. It was a porn channel. Okay.
Right. Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
So we got. Okay. So we got this. I just want to.
Okay.
Let's go back.
This
to this.
It's on the subject It's on the subject.
8.5 out of 10, 100%, 8.6 out of 10.
100%
on Rotten Tomatoes. I just realized anyone who's just coming into this is having absolutely no idea what we're talking about. So, Connor and I watched Evangelion. Neon Genesis Evangelion. To be specific, the Netflix dub.
The next Netflix dub.
Netflix dub. And we have a few choice words about it.
We have some things to say. Now, see, I wanted to watch it because, and I know usually people don't do this, but I watched the very end of the series on YouTube. And I was like, this is nuts. I thought it was a mech anime.
It's not.
Very much thought it was a mech anime.
Not.
Apparently, from what everyone said that they got into it because they thought it was a mech anime.
Yeah.
It was not a mech anime.
No. It's not a mech anime. It's
not even a little bit.
I mean, it is a little bit. I mean, let's be honest. It
has mechs in it.
It has Mexicans in it.
It has mechs in it.
It sounded like you said Mexicans. All right.
Someone in there had to have been Mexican.
I doubt it.
They went to the American military. Maybe.
What?
Maybe.
In one episode, we see the U.S. military. Oh no, actually, no, that was the UN Navy.
The UN. See, that's even better. That even better support.
Char Trap. Thank you for the follow.
Yay.
Right. So anyway,
yeah.
So we watched Evangelion. We watched all 20. We watched up to what 24?
20. I want to say 24 because apparently
we watched 24,
movie
and then we skipped 25 and 26, and then we watched the movie.
The one of four.
One of four. We watched the end of Evangelion.
Yes.
And What did we even begin? So do we want to? Obviously, once we get into the shit we hate, we're just going to go right into the shit we hate. So why don't we start with the shit we like? Yeah, let's start with the shit we liked. Let's start with the shit we liked because we did overall. We spent 23 episodes praising it. We did spend 23 episodes praising it.
It was ecstasy for a long while.
For a good run, it was great anime. It was. It really was. However, it fell apart really quick.
Well,
at the
hold.
I'm spoiling, I guess, at this point. By the way, I guess spoilers
alert for the entire series. If you have watched it,
if you have never watched it, I'd recommend watching episode 23.
Exactly. Okay.
I can't really recommend anything else.
Coming from someone who grew up watching anime on Adult Swim, I loved the art style.
Oh my god!
The backgrounds, the animation.
Well, hold on. Maybe we should start with the story.
The story.
The story.
Woo!
The story is maybe we shouldn't start with the story because that's.
I think the story is that we can follow the story as a railway. We'll start with getting on the train, and then
that's usually how it works. First, you get on the train, then the train leaves the station.
Exactly. Okay.
Art style.
Whew,
yeah.
So
the
great.
Art style. It had that. So there's this trend in 90s anime where you have these insanely detailed backgrounds. And it's a thing that I just miss, you know.
Huge fan.
Because, like, it's just so much love and so much detail put into scenes that ultimately mean like nothing. Like you can just get a still of a scene, and you know,
you'd be like, oh, okay, so something's gonna happen here, and then it's just like, all right, done with that scene.
Yeah, exactly. And we know it's the same trend in like Cowboy Bebop.
Mm-hmm. We are currently watching Cowboy Bebop.
We are also watching Cowboy Bebop. That's either going to be the next episode or maybe the one after.
Yes.
I don't know.
So, backgrounds, so good. Mm-hmm. Oh my god, the characterization. I have this thing where I get a little myth about character design when it comes down to like, hey, this character is important. and they try to make them look as ridiculous as possible, like by adding so much shit to the character.
Yeah.
I don't think there was a character in here that I noticed that had any of those traits.
Yeah, nobody was like hyperbolic, you know.
Right. And please look at this character. They're important. There was none of that.
Nobody was really hyperbolic. Like, the serious characters were very, like, I don't want to say they were very serious, but they were, you know, done in a very more serious tone. Like, Shinji's dad, I noticed, had more blocky features, more sharpened angles to his character design.
Rigid. He's a very rigid man.
And he had a lot of shadows over him. He was a very, very stern, very stoic figure, and you just, like, kind of feel that, like, brooding sort of unrest within him. Like, he was just like so done with the world. But it's like, yeah.
And then, well, you look at someone like Misato's boyfriend, Ryoji. And he, I liked the way that he looks because he's very casual. He's very, even though his character is very serious,
very casual,
his character design,
very laid back. Didn't really take like the risks of his job seriously.
And it reflected in his character design. I love that it reflected his character design, because you look at him, and you don't realize how serious his role is, because that's the entire point. That's the way he's written. Yeah, is for you to go, oh, okay, he's just a laid back guy, and that's just how it looks. Character design, 10 out of 10.
Exactly.
Good job.
Yeah. I can't really say anything else about that. You know, like,
right.
Just the art overall is amazing. I just. Yeah, I don't know what else to say.
Right.
Well, there is something else I want to say. There's something that I picked up. So obviously, there's Rei, and then there's Asuka, and they're supposed to be foils of each other, but they're like two sides of the same coin. And I noticed while we were watching how they had the physical differences between them. Like, Asuka had the red hair and blue eyes, while Rei had vice versa. She had blue hair and red eyes. So
I did understand.
Not only is it like this major personality shift, but there's also like these physical differences between these two. But they're also like, you could also tell like, oh, there's the same side of the same side, like two sides.
The same
coin.
Two sides.
That's what I meant to say.
Exactly. You're getting it out there. I got it. Yeah.
Words are hard, man. Words are fucking hard.
Here's something that I thought that the show covered very well to start off with. It's themes. Oh, yeah, because I think when it comes to especially anime, I think focus is a huge issue, because I heard someone once say that usually when someone's trying to make like an anime, they find all of their favorite toys and they put them all in the story, and then they try to make the toys work, which usually doesn't work. Like I could say JoJo's kind of like that. I know you haven't watched JoJo.
I have not watched JoJo.
Story-wise, JoJo is not very compelling, and I know a lot of people are gonna be like, "What? But epic! It's you have to. There's not necessarily that big of a narrative. There's not really like a point to everything besides the fact that it's happening."
So, if I may ask, what's the appeal of JoJo?
It's awesome. It is.
What's the appeal if it's not the story?
It is slapstick. It is over the top. It's a comedy. You could almost call it a comedy. It gets very serious. It's kind of like, I don't know if this is an apt way of saying it, but it's kind of like the reason you would watch Family Guy.
Oh God!
But in a more like awesome kind of way.
Are we watching like? Are we talking like early Family Guy or like?
Kind of like
modern Family Guy.
It's really hard to explain, and I would actually tell you to like not watch the first two parts of JoJo if you wanted to like get a feel for what JoJo is, because the first two parts and like the parts afterwards completely different in terms of like rule set and shit like that.
So kind of like Evangelion, like you could stop after this certain point. Like JoJo, I would
almost say you would want to start at a certain point, but if you wanted like an origin story, yeah. But to get back on track, in terms of themes, right off the bat, we automatically had it, and it was with Shinji.
Yeah,
that's what I thought was at least in the very beginning.
Yeah, it
done very well.
It wastes no time. It wastes no time getting into, the themes. Like the characterization comes, but like the overall tone, the overall feeling, and actually the anime itself, really, it starts off with an angel coming to Tokyo 3.
to kill literally basically everyone. Just end the world. Just
basically.
No biggie.
Yeah, I just realized I was way off. Well, we'll get to that. Everything I want to say is like
there's so much. It's not like
really,
a normal conversation. We can't just say all of like the inside jokes that we have already like shot.
Yeah, no. Like honestly, we should have recorded ourselves watching the fucking show, and then like edited out the clips.
Yeah,
that we got off on tangents and shit. We should do that next time. We'll do that next time.
While we were watching Neon Genesis, to those of you who are listening, while we were watching it, I swear to you, we probably stopped.
Oh, we stopped at least 50 times.
At least 50 times to talk about things that we love, talk things about that we hate.
Oh, yeah, mostly it was, oh my god, look at the background.
Oh my god, look at the backgrounds. Oh my god, and like there was this. I can't tell you how many times I was like, that was a mood. You know, we were just talking. We're like, I literally felt that exact same thing. In anime, a lot of emotional depth comes almost like it's not even human. And I would cite that with like something like Naruto. You get a lot of scenes that you're like, I really don't exactly feel like what you're feeling just because this is an anime emotion.
Yeah, it's a it's a cartoon.
It's a cartoon anime.
At the end of the day, it is a cartoon. But Evangelion, it does hit you. It does
hit you. I always got the feeling, at least from the very beginning, that the writer had felt these emotions and he was able to portray them maturely, respectfully, and very, very real. It was very real emotions.
Yes. Up until
up until a certain point, but we'll get to that.
Up until that certain point, but we're not getting there yet.
We will get there.
We will get there, and trust me, when we get there, you will. That'll
be the turning point.
All right.
That'll be the turning point.
So something else I want to talk about. So in Evangelion, it's pretty much the end of the world. So we should probably get into the story just a little bit. Little bit.
Absolutely. Let's set the
So
stage.
the world. So the world kind is fucked. There's these giant monsters called angels, and they're attacking Tokyo 3, a dazzling city.
Upside down, guys.
Oh my god, it's upside.
It's upside down. There's an entire thing in Tokyo, and it's upside down.
Well, it doesn't. It's not always upside down. All right, it's like.
But it can be.
It's a geofront. All right, there's this huge dome underground, and
it's essentially the last absolutely.
It is stunning. I will say that it's fucking stunning because it's just like it's inverted cityscape basically.
Whoever had that idea, I want to kiss him.
Yeah, that was actually a great idea for a setting.
Great, awesome.
And even the outside world is fucking gorgeous because you have all these I love the abandoned.
Oh my god, the first scene.
I love the abandoned aesthetic. I like post-apocalyptic shit. Where it's like, oh my god, all of these buildings are just fucking empty. Nature is taking over again. Like, have you ever seen pictures of Chernobyl?
Yes, I have.
Oh my god. All the pictures of Pripyat, and just, you can see all of this artwork and, you know, the huge Ferris wheel. And it's just like...
It hits you something fierce, doesn't
it? It's because it's like, wow, people lived here.
People used to be here.
And
they're not anymore.
And it's not even been 50 years.
Yeah.
It's not even been 50 years. It happened in 86, so that's 30 years?
That was 9 years before I was born. That was 9 years before I was born.
Same.
Damn.
So it's just looking at that, and it's just wow, how long do we have to be gone? Mm-hmm. You know, how long do we have to be gone for, you know? Just to let shit reclaim itself.
By the way, all of this is made even better by the wonderful backgrounds, like we've stated before.
Oh my god!
Everything is conveyed so beautifully.
You know what? I wonder if I could pull up a shot. Give me a second.
While you're doing that, I'll explain a little bit about exactly what caused the world to be this way. So,
hold on, because
okay.
Well,
it's not necessarily that big of a reveal, I wouldn't say. I mean, I won't say what was inside of the thing.
I don't even fucking know what to say. It's it's just a very, very odd thing. Let me see if I can find
get yourself a background.
fan art movie. Oh, here's the city. Here's Tokyo 3. So here is Tokyo 3. Just, no, I don't want Imgur. Open image in new tab. Just all of this. This is just the city on the hill, the fortified compound.
That's like an actual background, is it not?
Yeah, I could use this as a fucking desktop background, I feel. You know?
Oh my god.
Like, the art is just so amazing. Like,
and that's just for a scene.
Yeah.
That's just for a scene.
I think we see this like a total of, 2-3 times in the entire series.
Think about how much effort they put into that.
And that's another thing.
I respect that, by the way. I respect that.
And another thing I think we brought up, maybe once or twice, they seldom reuse scenes. Most animes do.
I don't think
they
ever
seldom reuse scenes.
I don't think
they do
reuse
noticed scenes, and when it's done, it is pretty obvious. But it's not really done that often
because they didn't need to. They actually put in the effort.
Yeah, they did.
Time.
And when they did do it, it's like, okay, I can understand why.
Right.
So much fan art. What the fuck?
Yeah, it's a cornerstone anime. It's one of the pillars of anime.
Please don't let porn show up. Please don't let porn show up. Okay, I'm just going to stop it there before the porn shows up.
Hey, Sparrow.
Okay. So, yeah, the background art's fucking amazing. The story is basically giant monster versus mecha, but it's not really that because it's because
plot.
It's you have all these darker themes going on.
Right. It's not even really about the fights. It's about the hopelessness. It's
supposed to be like just the struggle between, all of these.
Well, here's a theme that I noticed that was really big because it's with Rei, Shinji, and Asuka. It's purpose. Because Shinji struggles with purpose, Rei struggles with purpose, and Asuka struggles with purpose. It's a huge thing. Belonging.
Yes, wanting to have that given to them and not really having to find out for themselves.
That stability they would like there to never be a question in their minds. Do I belong? And what I am doing is what I am doing correct?
Yes.
Yes, Nina.
Yes, Nina, that's what we're doing.
So, main character is Shinji Ikari.
Shinji
Ikari. He's a very relatable person up to a point.
Up to a
certain point.
Oh, up to the yogurt.
A certain point. Up to a yogurt scene. He eats yogurt.
The yogurt scene.
He spills yogurt, and wow.
He spills some yogurt.
So here's the idea, right? Shinji is the main character. He is called by his father, who had abandoned him.
Father who hasn't seen him in 12 years.
Shinji has no idea why he was called, only that he was called.
Yes.
And he shows up because he's literally an orphan.
And he shows up right as an angel is approaching.
Straight up kaiju. Kaiju is attacking the city.
What was the name of that angel? I think it was Evangelion.
You can type.
I think it was Sephiroth.
Was it really? Has lost symphonies, the energy. Sephiroth.
Hold on. Sephiroth tree. No, that's not it.
It's definitely not. Yeah, we've already gone down that road, Neener.
3.
Angel
what the fuck? This ain't it. This is it.
Yeah, that
Sassjacket.
Right. So Sassjacket showed up. Literally, the entire world's militia can't even scratch it.
No, not
can't
really.
Even scratch
It's
it.
this big, unstoppable fucking monster. And by the way, can we just talk about the fucking monster design? Can we just talk about that for a second?
Oh my god.
Yes.
I am so glad it wasn't like they just created a monster and just kept on throwing the same one.
Yeah, no. It's a different one each time, and I can really appreciate that. Also, this fan art, holy fuck.
Yeah, these fan art, yeah, it's great.
Yeah, just Yeah, holy
These designs
shit.
are so great. But the plot is Shinji shows up after his estranged father calls him. This angel is attacking,
Sephiroth
trying
is
to get to the bottom of Tokyo 3.
Yes.
And his father goes, "All right,
get in the fucking robot.
Get in the robot, Shinji." And he goes, "What the hell? I have no idea how to pilot this thing." They literally have a giant mech awaiting Shinji.
Yes,
and he goes,
they
"I
have
no
Unit
idea
1 waiting for Shinji, and Shinji's like, what the fuck, Dad? Like any, normal response, I think in that situation. I think, I think that was a very normal response.
Right, he was like, and then his dad guilt trips him. They already
by bringing out
pilot.
Fucking Ray, who's just like there, broken,
a crippled
and shattered,
body, child.
Like
his father's an asshole. His father's an asshole.
To say that is the understatement of the century.
He is an asshole. He is the assiest of holes. He is not a great person. So, Shinji gets in the robot. By the by, these robots are linked to your nervous system.
Yeah, so whatever they experience, you feel.
So if you get shot in the face, maybe have your arm torn off, maybe stabbed through the heart, you feel all of that. You feel all of that.
By the way, the main weapon for Ava's, or at least the one that they kind of always have on hand...
It's a box cutter?
It's a laser box cutter.
A laser box cutter. That's what
they're given. A laser box cutter. I don't...
You know what these angels have? A lot
lasers?
More
super strength? Tentacle lasers? More lasers? Why do they have so many fucking lasers?
It's a lot of insta-kill stuff. A lot of
what the fuck? They are so OP.
So
yes,
Shinji,
Minecraft? Wait, what? I'm not streaming Minecraft.
It says that you're playing Minecraft right now.
What?
You should probably change that.
I had something just chatting.
So Shinji gets in the robot, as Shinji does.
Yes.
He gets in the robot, and he gets his ass mollywopped pretty badly by this angel.
And then hard cut to episode 2.
Hard cut to episode 2, where it turns out he also mollywopped the angel. Somehow.
Well, no, the Ava went feral.
Well, shut! I was gonna... Oh, I guess it's not a secret anymore. Well, so...
The thing's 25 years old, man. What do you want me to say? Just talking about it is a fucking spoiler. Just saying the fucking series name is a spoiler. Well, actually, not really, because we'll get to that. Fuck.
Most people have kind of seen it at this point.
Everything I want to say is going to, eventually get to our grievances. So let's hurry up and get through the shit we liked.
Right, the things that we liked, right? The themes, the character designs,
monster designs, background art. How about the music?
The music, it was there when it was supposed to be inspiring. It was inspiring. It felt there was no songs that played that didn't fit the mood.
Yeah, no, I think the soundtrack it did its job. I don't think I could say it's on the tier of Cowboy Bebop, or if it's
completely not. It's not as stylized.
Yeah, no. It suited. It did its job.
Well,
it did its job. That's literally. I think that's the most I could say about it. The beginning and ending theme is it's fucking legendary.
Oh my god, I listen to Comsessor Todd all the time. I love that song.
But other than that, I don't think I can go into a song in the OST and be like, yeah, that's a fucking bop.
Right, yeah. It was just when it needed to be inspirational, woohoo! When it needed to be down. Usually there actually wasn't even music when it was supposed to be down because
mostly it was just silence and cicadas.
You didn't need to trick the audience into feeling the way that it was intended because the words and
the actions,
the mood.
Exactly. A lot was said without being said, or it was very straight to the point. It wasn't really I don't feel like it was very manipulative of the audience when it comes to music.
For a very, very long time. One of the things I remember saying specifically is how much I hate random anime bullshit.
Oh yeah, me too.
And anime tone, haha, oh no, I fell and grabbed her breast, or anime cliches and stereotypes.
Go on.
The series for a very long time, for about 95% of it, was very sparing of that, and I praise it for that.
I think I can only count maybe 1 or 2 times where it was like that.
It was pretty egregious. I remember
there was this bathhouse scene, and everyone was naked, and we were like, "Wow, holy shit! They're actually having a human moment."
They're actually
It's
having
like
an actual human moment,
and they are naked at that point, and you don't see anything because
you can very easily make that scene.
You can very easily make that scene unbearable. You can easily make that scene unbearable, but it's like, no, you actually use, that scene like, oh my god, they're actually being vulnerable for once.
I was gonna say, did you happen to make the
nudity could be a metaphor
for a lot of things?
Yeah.
So that was good. Off the top of my head,
go on.
Misato, best character.
Agreed. Misato, okay. Character. Characters I liked. Let's just go through the characters that we liked and the characters that we hated.
Well, we can put the characters that we hated in the we hated. The things
we'll get to that when we get into the shit we hate. Let's talk about the characters we liked. So, Misato, we both liked Misato.
I love
Misato.
She's a goddess. What can I say? She's been through shit.
I don't even know what to say. Like, her character is very believable. Her
actions are very believable.
Yes, her actions are very believable. Her motivations are believable. I really liked everything she brought to the table.
She stood for.
She was very consistent. I feel like she didn't really do anything too out of character, especially near the end. Yeah, I liked Misato.
I'm trying to look at here and find the character. I liked Asuka.
I really liked Asuka.
If I'm gonna be honest,
Asuka is probably one of the best written characters in the entire show.
I agree, because she's loud, she's boisterous, and she has, I wouldn't call her a stereotype.
She's a perfect foil. She's a perfect foil for Shinji, who is just this quiet kid who's just like, maybe if I just, if I'm just quiet and I, don't really ruffle any feathers, nobody's going to fucking notice me. Well, she's like the very gun-ho type of person.
And
she goes through this personality twist, like a personality flip, where she just loses all of the confidence she had. Mm-hmm. And it's she's just revealing it reveals all about this back character stuff.
It's crazy seeing her
and
broken.
You just watch her get destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
Just mentally, just breaking down brick by brick, and it's painful to watch.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I really relate to her, but just watching her degrade that.
Watching her go from strength, or I put strength in quotation marks, because I don't believe that she was ever strong.
I would say
the facade
confidence.
of strength.
Yeah, it was a facade. Just watching that facade fall. Mm-hmm. Watching that fucking fall. You feel that. I will say that. You do. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit, do you feel that? And
Asuka's pretty cool.
Despite what we had to say about the movie, I liked her in the movie.
I liked her too.
I feel like her fight scene was very cathartic, if anything.
It was very character of her. I liked seeing her work through that.
Even Even though I'm not really 100%, I'm not really 100% with her reasoning, but just her going in God mode after seeing her
fun to watch
crash and fall into this crash, and just seeing her get back up again. It was just very, very cathartic, and I just really enjoyed that.
Yeah, I liked Ryoji a little bit.
Ryoji. That's the boy toy.
Yeah, that's the boy toy.
That's the boy toy.
That's the boy toy.
I kinda.
That's why I say I liked him. I didn't love him.
He was
felt as though
he
was a wild card, in my opinion. He was the wild card. He
kind of came out of nowhere, and he played a really big role. You would not expect a character that came out of the fucking blue, in quite literally the most literal sense, in quite possibly the most literal sense, to play such a huge role. But yeah, he just came in, did what he did, and
the fuck out. I'll say I almost look at Ryoji the same way as Asuka. And I'll explain what I mean by that because you're like, what the hell?
I'm a little confused, so I will let you go.
Like, okay, so here's the way that the original thing was: is we had Shinji and Rei who were together. They were both. I'm gonna be real honest. Both of them are boring to watch together. They do absolutely nothing. And so what Asuka came in and did for the duo at that point was she added energy. She added energy to the whole thing.
Yeah, like Rei, in Asuka's own words, is a puppet. Basically, she just she just is kind of like a, you know. She's just kind of, she's so passive.
Yes, it's really hard to be motivated by really anything that she does.
Yeah,
because she's just so dead. She's a very dead character.
She is a very dead character.
When it comes to Ryoji, he in my opinion did the same thing for Shinji and Rei. He did that to Misato because as a plot point, obviously we needed to get Misato to question.
To question her loyalty.
To question her loyalty.
Yeah, to question her loyalty. Well, not. I don't think it really questioned her loyalty. I take that back. It was just more a question nerve, you know.
Question nerve. Yeah. And so that was his. So what Asuka did for Shinji and Rei is added a little bit of energy, and so Ryoji did that with Misato and pushed the plot forward. So you can almost say that these two characters were written in to make the plot go forward, which is okay. That's totally fine, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, and I like how it really didn't become too focused on him. Like, he had his moments, and he did push the plot forward, but it didn't become the Ryoji show.
And we will get to something like that in a second.
Okay. Shinji's dad.
I would almost classify him as too evil. You know, like if there was if there was a punched baby somewhere, I would imagine he probably did it.
I don't know if I would say. I don't even know what to say about fucking Commander Ikari. I don't even know what to say about him. Like, he's so distant you can't even fucking see him. Like, yeah, and I get it. He's supposed to be like this sort of godhead. He's supposed to be like this untouchable figure. He was
enigma.
How do I put this? Like, okay, so I'm a huge Steven Universe fan, and Connor, I know you're not really too familiar with it.
I know a lot.
Okay, so for me, he was kind of more of a hands-on White Diamond.
Yes.
Like, for the majority of the series, like, we had no fucking clue who White Diamond was, or what she stood for, or anything. Like, we had nothing. And she was one of the biggest enigmas of the show because she was just so aloof. She was so untouchable. She was the highest on the pyramid. And I feel like Commander Ikari was kind of there. Like, he was kind of supposed, like, he was the top of the pyramid, even though he kind of wasn't, but kind of was.
Yeah.
Like, no matter what, like, he just had this sort of, like, imposing sort of, like, authority, you know?
He was a big character, always. And everything that he did on screen was so
just cold.
It was so cold, but there were so many parts where you were like,
just so like, you know, just in. I don't even know what to say without it.
It was very intense. It's very intense. Yes. But there were so many times that he did something that you were like, huh. Did I misunderstand him? Because there was a time in the very beginning where he saved Rei. Like, he threw himself right into, like, danger.
But then you learn about Rei, and it's like, oh.
Then why did he do that? Like, well, there's, like, so many times that you're like, well, wait, if that's the case, then why did he even bother?
Well, because he still does care for Rei, but he doesn't care for Rei.
He doesn't care for Rei, but he cares for Rei, and that is an actual.
He cares for Rei, but he doesn't care for her as a person.
It's
fucked. We're going to have to get into that.
So, I don't have any other characters off of the top of my head that I liked.
Pen is
a god.
Pen is up there. He's beyond recognition. He's the best fucking character.
He's away from literally any sort of criticism whatsoever.
I have no criticism of Pen is the perfect character. Listen.
I wish there was a show about Pen.
Can we just have a fucking spinoff where it's just about Pen Pen in his everyday life? It could be like a slice of life. Just imagine, like, Pen Pen, fucking, okay, I'm going down to the fish market because I'm Pen Pen and I like fucking fish.
And I'd be like, can we get 3 episodes of this, please?
3 seasons. 5 seasons. I want all the seasons of Pen Pen.
10 seasons, please.
20 seasons. 10,000 seasons. Renew it every fucking year.
Yeah, Neener, you're correct. There is a slice of life
spinoff. I know, but it's not about Pen Pen.
We're ignoring that.
We're only focusing on the media that we consumed, and that's Evangelion, Neon Genesis Evangelion, the Netflix adaptation up to episode 24, and the end of Evangelion. That's it.
Okay. So, Pen, do you have any other characters off the top of your head that you enjoyed?
What other characters are there?
I for a cliff note, I liked how Toji.
Okay. I like Toji. He had an arc, and I think it was pulled off really well.
Until he just got forgotten. The scientist lady, Ritsuko.
Actually, wait. No. Like, I think that was a good ending to his arc. Like, he started off hating Shinji, and hating Eva's because it hurt his sister, but then he got into the cockpit, befriended the pilots, and then became a pilot. I think, he really came full circle with that.
Well, yeah, but he got done so dirty, and he I don't even know
did get
why
done so dirty. No. I'm not saying that. I'm not. But I'm just saying, like I think
the thing that he was important to do was done.
Yeah, he I think his arc was really well done.
The kid that he camped out with, he's kind of a non-character in my opinion.
Like the movie kid?
No, not the movie kid.
Not the movie kid.
The kid, they had the trio. It was him, it was Toji, and it was the kid with the glasses.
That's what I meant, the movie kid.
Yeah, the movie kid. I guess you could call him the movie kid. He was in my opinion, he was a non. He was a filler character. In my opinion, he was the character.
He had like what, 2 important scenes?
He was a kid. He was a kid.
Like, yeah.
He was there. He was a friend to Shinji, which you would think was important to Shinji, but Shinji pretty much couldn't give a shit less.
I mean, yeah.
Like, he could not give a shit less. I would say that he would be a better character if they wrote him to have more of an impact on Shinji.
I think if they just gave him more screen time, honestly.
Just give him more screen time.
Yeah.
I mean, but what can you do to get next to a government lapdog? Like, how much?
Yeah.
How much? Like, what can you do? So, okay. I think in terms of things that I liked, I think I have one more thing to say. One more thing to say of things that I liked. When it came to the fight scenes with the angels, you could have easily gone to kaiju battles. You could have done every one of kaiju battles. Yes. We're gonna brawl in the middle. It's tons of destruction. Blah. Could have done that.
Yeah. It could have been easily, and sometimes it was just mindless destruction. And
however, so many of the angels had such specific ways of defeating them. I enjoy when a fight is more specific.
Okay, let's double back. To angel designs. Each angel was so uniquely designed.
Every fight was so different.
So, every fight was so unique. Because every angel.
One of the angels is a cube.
One of them was just
literally a cube.
like a D8.
It's so cool.
It was just a D8 with with a huge drill, and that's it. That was just the whole design. But to defeat it, you couldn't get close to the damn thing.
It literally would blast you, and you would die.
Another one was an inverted shadow. That
and the actual angel was a shadow. It was literally the shadow. They had to fight a shadow.
And then its shadow was like this giant sphere, and it was just insane. Then and then of course next time, it was the next one is fucking. Okay, how about this? Let's go through.
A giant flying eyeball.
Let's see if I can find. Hold on.
I'll do it. You do that, Pen.
Let's go through every angel.
Maybe not every angel, because it'll spoil towards the end.
Well, let's.
We'll go through some of the angels.
Let's go through some of the angels. So, we already looked at Sassjacket, right?
All of them have an EL, by the way.
Well, that's because they're based on like actual angel.
Yeah. Of course.
So, Adam, Lilith. Okay. Here we go. So here we are, the actual like wiki. So this is Sassjacket, and some of these angels actually were designed by like well-known anime artists who went on to work on like other projects or like came from other like lesser-known projects, and it's just like this anime really did help out like artists in the medium.
I'll agree.
So anyway, this is Sassjacket. I think his powers were like lasers through the hands, increased strength, like he could like fucking regeneration, blah 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 blah.
Almost your typical kaiju, big boy.
Honestly, he's probably one of my favorite angel designs.
Yeah. Also, that giant red orb. It's not.
We're getting there. So this is Angel 4, Sassjacket, and
what the fuck? Literally, what?
Well, it's designed by Sassjacket was designed by the same guy who made Sassjacket.
Nice. Those are whips.
Sassjacket might be Sassjacket. So, I think it was like they were going for more of an insectoid type of look, and I think they knocked it out of the park because like this thing did have like these little nubs here you could see underneath the core. I know my cursor doesn't show up. Like I think they actually come out to be legs, so
something like that.
Yeah. And for aliens, which the cube, we got the cube.
It's literally a cube.
Ramiel. It's literally just a tetrahedron.
So cool, dude. Yeah. It's a living organism. That is an actual alive thing. Oh my god. Then
here comes Gagiel, the aquatic one that they had to shove fucking boats into.
They shoved two U.S. Navy battleships inside of the ground. UN battleships to blast all of their cargo into it to make it explode.
Yeah.
God bless.
And look, you can even see like a little mask of Sassjacket.
Yeah. Okay.
So I guess that's just a nice little Easter egg. I think it was designed by the same guy. So
yeah, like a little.
I think I think that was the last one made by that guy. So kudos to him. I just remember watching a fucking video on YouTube, and it mentioned that this guy designed. I don't know.
Yeah.
Israfel. Okay, we have to talk about Israfel.
So back on my
Israfel. Okay, so this is the beginning of.
This is the beginning of the end. Okay. Here, and we're not talking about the plot. We're talking about where we both
are liking of this. So I think again we watched up to 23 episodes with nothing but praise, save for one thing. So Israfel has the ability to.
If you notice its mask, you can see
has the ability to split into two. And this is after they introduced Asuka. So it was Asuka and Shinji versus Israfel.
Right. The first time they fought him, they got mollywopped.
To defeat him, I shit you not, they had to learn how to dance.
And not dance a very specific dance timed to the millisecond. Every literal movement
had to be synchronized to the key.
Which makes no sense.
Which makes no fucking sense at all.
It makes no sense.
It makes no sense. However,
do you know what this angel's gonna do in a fight?
Yeah, exactly. Like, granted, they had the Dead Sea Scrolls, but
it does not say here is its list of moves and here's what it does every fight. That is not how it works.
I don't know. We never see what's on the Dead Sea Scrolls.
We never see. It's too vague. But what I was gonna say is I love when fights get specific, but you can go too far. If you get too specific, it gets unbelievable.
Agreed.
Like I can imagine them shoving two battleships in an angel's throat and
that was badass. And I think we can agree that was badass. The way they kind of synced up in the robot together, and the only way they could do that was to sync up mentally. And I actually really liked that. I liked the way they did that. And even though it was really, really stupid how they beat Israfel,
It was really stupid.
It was really well animated.
It was well animated.
Really well choreographed.
It was
I really enjoyed how it looked. I enjoyed how it came out. And I think that's actually just more of a testament on how, you can give an absurd premise, but still have it look good.
I am more akin to forgiving something if I like the series. At this point, I pardoned this because I had liked the series.
I had liked the series, and I just thought it was... I don't know. Like, if you can make it... Okay. How do I even want to say this? It was stupid, but it was executed very well. And that's
what JoJo is, by the way.
And I think... At that point, I was like, you know what? I can forgive the stupidity because it just looked very well.
It was very enjoyable.
Like if you think about most think about a horror movie or something. Like most horror movies are
bad.
I wasn't going to say that. I was going to say absurd.
I
wasn't going to say bad. I was going to say absurd. At least absurd in a premise.
Getting the premise to happen is the hardest thing.
Yes, getting the premise to happen, like a believable premise.
How am I going to get this group of kids into a cabin in the middle of the woods at night?
Like a believable horror movie doesn't really horror movies are just reality, but like hyperbolic to a certain state, and the real magic in a horror movie is not really in the story itself; it's in the execution, and I think. With that mindset, like if execution, if I can overlook absurdity because of execution, and that's something I can appreciate, then I can overlook the stupid dance to beat Israfel.
Yeah, of course, and it was a good fight scene.
It was a great fight. Like no, it was great. It was it was like the animation was fluid as hell. Like the lighting was perfect. The music synced up great, and yeah, it looked amazing.
I enjoy how weighty the Evas are. Like whenever they land, they're like, ooh. I love that. Oh my god.
Yeah, there was a weight to it. Like just it looked good. I don't know what else to say. Like, if an absurd premise gets in the way of you enjoying it, then I don't know what to tell you.
This is Israfel was the beginning of the ends.
I don't know if I would say that. I don't know if I'd say that because again, the execution. I'm sticking to my guns. Execution over premise.
Oh yeah, no, we're shooting the shit together. This is two separate. We have two separate ideas of this. I'm a little bit harder of a critic. Even if there's something that I like, I will tear into it. So I think Penn has...
maybe I'm a little bit more like. I still don't know where I stand on the series as a whole.
Yeah.
And we'll get into this later. But I'm still a little wishy-washy on it because we watched 23 out of 26 episodes praising it. 23 out of 26. I'm not going to do the fucking math because I just can't do that math out of the top of my head. But I know that's like close to fucking, 90%.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Is it the ride or is it the destination? The destination or the journey, Like, can an ending...
Well, hold on.
Can an ending...
We can answer that question when we get to the end.
We'll answer that question later. You want to keep going?
But that is a big one. Let's keep going through the angels. Okay. Let's keep going through the angels. Sandalphon, whatever. This is the guy who... Did we see this one?
This is the guy who was in the volcano.
Oh, right. Right.
Yeah. So obviously they were going for like a Anomalocaris kind of look.
Yeah. This one was kind of weird because it was kind of like there and then not.
Yeah.
It's also kind of weird how they found this angel, just to have that like no other angel attacked, and this angel just happened to be for like millions of years.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I like its design. I'm not going to lie. I like its design. Obviously it's an homage to Anomalocaris, and it's
it reminds me of like Unstable Evolution. Because it hadn't evolved yet, so you get it looks like a fish, right? It looks like a fish that's like pulling itself off the land. Right. Yeah.
You don't know what an Anomalocaris is, do you?
I totally know what that is. I'm not Googling it right now. I'm not gonna go to Google Drive. Oh my god. Anyway, continue.
Okay. So I liked it. I thought the fight scene was kind of tense.
Oh yeah, it was probably the tensest it's ever been.
Yeah, because it's in the fucking volcano.
They fought in a volcano in the very bottom of a volcano. It was awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Mata Rael. This is the walking eye.
Bro, I fucking think that is the fucking coolest shit ever.
Yeah,
There's
it was
an
just
enemy.
this huge roving eye that you like. All you saw was its legs for the majority of the episode. And this is the episode where Asuka really took charge.
Oh, for sure.
Like at the climax, she came up with the plan to take the thing down, and you were like, "Oh my god, that's a leader! That's a leader right there." And you know that it just wasn't like that facade. She was actually taken very seriously. But as for its design, I feel like there's beauty and simplicity sometimes, and
sometimes you just need four
Mata Rael
and an oval.
Yeah, Mata Rael, I think, kind of encompasses that. Like, you don't need to be stupidly
complex
to be scary. You know?
Yeah.
You don't, like, not to say that this is scary, really, but, like,
it's imposing.
It's a good kaiju design. It's a good kaiju
design. Huge, too. It looks like
all of these are huge, save for, like,
these are all
one or
like
two.
The size of, like, skyscrapers.
Should we keep going, or?
Go one or two more.
Okay, one or two more.
One or two more.
Sahakuyo.
Oh yes, this one. The fight was really weird. This is where they started to. Oh, this is where I started to notice that they really loved to. The word that's coming to mind is sexualize, but that's not the correct term. Not even fetishize. What is that? They're trying to like make. Oh my god! We need to get all three of our Evas out to stop this thing.
Oh yeah, this is like the biggest like.
There's a 0.012% chance of this working. I can't believe it worked. That's crazy. They started doing that.
They started doing that.
They started doing that, and that's when I started to notice that the writer, I feel, at this point was running out of ideas to make stuff interesting, which is weird because he had everything. Even this thing was interesting.
Yeah, like the whole concept was interesting. That's like this huge suicide bombing, you know, fucking thing.
Space. It took out satellites because it was smart, and I was just like, why even try? This thing is coming to kill itself, to kill everyone.
Like it's like the size of a fucking city.
You don't need to say it's a 0.01 whatever.
Like impossible. You don't need to amp up the you don't need to amp up the stakes, and I think that's kind of like what you were going for. Like the risk is already there. We're already aware of the risk at this point.
We get it.
Like,
all three of these kids could die
End
right
of
now.
the world shit. Like you don't need to be like, okay, this has like a 0.0 whatever chance of succeeding.
You don't need to do that.
So
it probably sounded cool in advertising.
Maybe.
Oh my god, this is gonna be the hard.
However, let's stick to design. So
the coloring is so.
The coloring is like it really contrasts with the blue, and I think that like that was obviously an intentional purpose. Like you have all these warm colors, highlighted by the cooler colors, and I just really like that. It really pops out against like space and the earth and everything. I think it's one of those that there's beauty and simplicity, and it
was so weird because I was like, okay, so we already had like a thing like drilling, we already had a thing shooting lasers, we already had a thing.
This one's kamikaze.
Belly flop, and which is fine. I was like, what is this thing gonna do? And it's like, I'm gonna fall.
I'm gonna fucking fall from space.
Try and stop me. I'm basically a meteor. Try and stop me, bitch.
Yeah.
I thought that was. Woo, I thought that was like, oh shit, they're gonna lose. Like, they're gonna lose.
Yeah.
And they didn't.
So just another thing, that's just beauty and simplicity. You don't need super complex. You don't need, you don't need a lot of moving parts. You just, just need a concept and you could just run with it. One more.
Try one more. I think we're getting really close to the point.
Oh, okay. So this is the one that. So instead of like the largest angel, which the size of a fucking city.
Oh, right, this thing. this thing. This wasn't. This is so weird.
Irreal.
That's why I love the angel designs. Oh my god, there was not an angel that was like another angel.
Yeah, no. Everyone is unique. And
by the way, for those of you who are watching this, the hand, that is not the angel. The angel is the red stuff.
Yeah, that is just like a dummy body for Ava units. Like they were just testing some shit.
The angel is an infection.
The angel is like microbots, and it takes over and it was trying to take over the computer system that
all
they
technology.
had at Nerve.
How terrifying in a world where the technology is the one thing keeping us on the planet.
Yeah.
To have it all turned around on you by something that you have no idea how to stop.
Exactly. And technically they didn't even kill it.
They didn't even kill it. No, they stopped it. They had it. They had it talk to
well,
the computer
spoiler,
go,
I guess, for the episode, but like, I don't know. Do we want to talk about the ending for this one, or do we just want to leave it up in the air for them to watch?
I mean, I wouldn't even think that it's that big of a spoiler. Essentially, they just had it agree.
They had it. Yeah, they had it to the point where it had to coexist with their computer systems. So,
otherwise, it had like a fear of death, and so it was like,
it still had to live on like basic primordial urges and the deepest.
They tricked it into getting to that point where it goes, oh wait, I actually want to live.
Yeah.
And if I do this, it'll kill me.
So it just becomes a part, like a benign part of the
almost like a tumor,
system,
a tumor that's completely
benign.
Useless. Yeah, benign. Exactly. Yeah.
Completely benign. Like like they didn't kill it, they just
but it can't do
anything.
It. They neutralized it. It's like a neutralized SCP. It literally can't do anything.
Yeah.
Like a paperweight.
Okay.
I thought that was so interesting. A cool.
We probably shouldn't keep going with the.
Yeah, no. At this point, we're getting to like major spoiler territory.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm just going to close that. Go back to this. So, I think we basically, okay. So we got the premise out. We got most of the things we liked. I don't think there's much else. I think it could
not off the top of my head.
Just. Okay. So
here's a question for you.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay. Shoot.
Because you liked this series. I didn't know anything about Neon Genesis.
Yeah.
Until you were like, hey, I know literally everything about it. Let's watch.
I didn't know literally everything about it, and we'll get into that.
Okay. And this is you don't have to sugarcoat it or anything. Please don't sugarcoat it.
I'll be as straight as I possibly can.
Did me saying that I didn't like it like whenever I started pointing out flaws, did you also see them, or did you agree that it was wrong because you wanted to agree with me?
No, I also saw them.
Okay.
Like I saw them as they were happening. Once the flaws became like super apparent. Mm-hmm. And okay, so a bit of context. So the first time I watched this, it was like late at night, and I was like, okay, this is a short series. I usually like short anime series because long series tend to have like these anime tropes of like fucking reusing scenes, having unnecessary filler, and all that bullshit. It's why I love Cowboy Bebop, because it's only 26 episodes. There's like maybe one filler episode, and the filler episode's great, by the way. Mm-hmm. Once we get to that, I think you'll enjoy it as well, because even though it doesn't really serve any purpose to it's kind of a throwaway story, it's still an enjoyable story. So I was like, okay, 26 episodes, I could do that, and I got hooked. Remember episode 2 after the fight? Yes. And I told you, oh, this is the scene that got me hooked. And it was the Ava looking into this building, and its eye regenerated.
Yes, I do recall that. Yes,
and it was so detailed, and I was like, "Holy fuck! What is this?" That was the scene that hooked me, and I spent the rest of the night just binging the series.
Yeah,
which is not a smart idea, because I was like also going through personal stuff at the time, and the show kind of resonated and pushed that stuff to the surface, which caused me to have a sort of emotional breakdown. When I was done with the series at like 6 a.m., I started at like midnight. I just kind of just laid there and just fucking wept.
Exuded emotion.
Yeah. And emotion. You know, I wasn't really thinking about the story, I think, at the end. Like, all the flaws. I was just... So I kind of have... So I kind of have a bad habit, just to get a little personal.
Of getting emotionally attached?
No. So when I get depressed, I don't really have a tendency to fight it. I really don't have a tendency just to sit there and think about how I feel. I just kind of go with it, which is not really a smart idea.
I'm the same way. I can feel that.
Yeah, but like, you know, like they keep telling you, okay, think about your emotions. You know, why are you feeling this way? And, you know, handle it critically. Mm-hmm. You know, like, and I just, like, I don't really do that in the moment, because if I'm just sad, I don't want to think critically. I'm just like, okay, I'm just going to wait for this to pass over.
Sure.
And the series, as ham-fisted as it got near the end, like...
I agree. Nina's going to say absolutely. But continue.
Like, I was just kind of, like, in that mindset, and it was just kind of spiraling at that point. So I was more concerned with my emotional state than the story.
Sure.
So now that I'm watching with you, like, and I knew everything that was going to come, like, I obviously would pay more attention to the story and the writing. Right. So as you got nitpicky, and I wasn't, you know, about to fucking cry in the corner.
Right.
I was like, oh wait, yeah, that is kind of stupid.
Actually, now that I look at it, now that I look at it a second time.
Yeah, exactly.
Now,
exactly.
That resonates with me as well. Here's the thing about my way of looking at it. When I'm alone, this is why I try not to like watch stuff with people whenever I'm showing them stuff. I will find something that I like, and what I'll do is I'll get hooked on that over and over and over and over again until I literally bleed it dry of its importance, and that, you know, my soul cries out and it says I want this, and until it finds something else that it wants, I'm hooked on that. Oh. So if I find a song that like resonates with my soul, I will listen to that on repeat over and 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 over again.
Yeah.
Until right, exactly. When I watch a series that resonates with me, it's more about the emotion for you. Yeah. If that makes sense.
Yeah. And how you feel, you know?
How you feel about
how you are experiencing it how you are experiencing it for the first time.
Right. Especially when it resonates with you that hard. There are so many things that I've watched that, like, I'll just go back to the scene that made me cry, and I'll just watch it over and over again and cry about it. And I think that I have this saying that there is a universal language, and I've always believed in that, because I've shown it to a lot of people. It's really interesting. And I feel as though one of the most recognizable universal languages is sadness.
Well, yeah, I mean, we've all been there.
We've all been there.
Yeah.
And I think that is wonderful. I think that sadness is the great equalizer.
I think being sad is the greatest shit ever.
I think. Well, what I'm trying to say is.
No, I'm getting it. I'm just being.
No, totally fine. What I'm trying to say is, whenever I get depressed, and I feel that down, I almost take it as like not a challenge and not like a treasure, because I want to be like, oh, I'm so glad that I'm sad, but it makes me feel outrageously human.
Yeah, man.
And I think that is wonderful.
Yeah.
But to bring that back to Neon Genesis, Shinji is a hot mess. Yes. And he is there were several times that I wanted to, like, after we finished watching it, I think the session that we had before we had that session where it got bad,
yeah,
I got upset because of the shit that Shinji had to go through, because it resonated so much with my own life.
Yeah, man. Like, you know, I think that's what happened to me like the first time. Like,
It hits you hard.
I think
and that,
I think maybe it's because, you know, I watched it all in one go while we piecemealed it together.
yeah.
I think that's the main difference between my initial experience and your initial experiences, because I went at it all in one go while you had time to digest what happened.
Right. Yeah. No, I had my own reflective after that session. I was upset, to be honest, because I was like, there's no way someone else felt the exact same shit that I did. And it made me go, oh my god, oh my god, oh, this is valid, oh my god. But Shinji carries the show. I will say that. I'm gonna preface it because I think this is the beginning of where we're gonna talk about what we hated.
Yeah, the shit we didn't like.
The shit that we didn't like.
We didn't like.
Shinji,
oh boy,
is a piece of shit.
At the end of the series,
he is a bad person.
He is, and I tried to rationalize it, and it was like, oh wait, he's kind of becoming his father in a way.
He did. He very much did.
Like, he really did. Like he just became like all of his character development pretty much gone.
It went out the window. What was the entire point of watching the show if it was because Shinji's the main character?
Because and he just distanced himself from everyone.
And I know Shinji's not as stupid as the ending of the series made him out to be.
Oh yeah. Okay.
He is not that stupid.
So okay. So let's be specific here. Let's be specific. Here.
Yes, let's.
In the movie, which we watched instead of the ending, because the ending is just
oh my god,
crazy.
Dude, that is not even redeemable in any way.
The series ending, not the end of Evangelion. So in the end movie, the end of Evangelion, Shinji basically like denounces everything Misato did for him.
Misato being the person who took him in,
gave him a roof over his head, food in his belly,
emotional support.
She was basically a mother figure to him.
I would have her as my mom. Oh my god, I wish she was my mom.
Yeah. Seriously, same here. Or at the very least, like a good friend. Because she was like a fucking great character. And at the end, Shinji just becomes super depressed because of fucking 17. Which we'll get into in a second. We'll put a pin in that because I feel like we both have some very choice words for Angel 17.
Oh boy do I.
Oh boy. Okay.
Boy.
But basically he like just says fuck you. I'm done, and we were both like, bitch.
Why? But why though?
Bitch, what the fuck?
There were supposedly 26 episodes. 24 in a movie if you want to look at it the other way.
It's 24 in a movie, yeah, whatever.
Of Shinji being made important, something that he wanted.
Yeah.
Being made important, having
part
a family.
Of a group. He had a family for like the first time in his life.
He had a group of friends,
relationships.
Co-workers.
He had, he connected with people. And
he was part of the weirdest love triangle.
And all because of fucking Angel 17, he threw it all away.
And oh boy, was Angel 17 the most shoehorned in bullshit. Okay. Ooh!
I think it's time to talk about Angel 17. So,
oh my god, it makes me so mad, dude.
It's near the end of the series. And we get word that children number 5 or children number 1, 2, 3, whatever.
It was 5, yeah.
4, 5. Children number 5.
By the way, for context, the children they're pilots of the giant
children are. It's basically another word for pilot. So children number 5 was discovered. He was sent in, and we were introduced to him.
Which, by the way, how do you discover if you have an entire school worth of kids that you can literally
No. Well, the children can come from anywhere. Remember, Asuka was from Germany.
Yeah, right.
Right.
But anyway.
So he comes in, and he's just like a Mary Sue character.
Oh my god.
To say, to say he's Mary Sue, like he's perfect at everything. Like
in a series that prides itself on desperation and literally picking up the scraps and making the best out of those scraps, to have someone who walks in with 100% health bar and he has the strongest punches and he makes friends with everyone and he's the best pilot that they've ever seen.
Yeah. And you know something's up because
why this episode
okay, like so and you know something's up because like it's the end of the series. They wouldn't introduce a main character.
We had 3 episodes to go when this guy showed up.
Yeah, like a new character. There was no mystery. Like, okay, and spoiler alert, because fuck it, he is the angel. This new kid's the angel. So it was just like, why? Shit. What was the mystery? What was the mystery?
No shit, he's the angel.
No shit, he's the angel. Why would you introduce a main character 3 episodes from the ending? You wouldn't.
Also, exactly what Nina said. Because here's something interesting. Yeah, to be a pilot of an EVA, essentially to be able to like mind link with these robots,
you have to be born after the second impact.
You have to be born after the second impact, and you also have to go through heavy trauma.
No. Turns out that's just bullshit.
What?
Yeah, I was wrong. I was fucking wrong. So okay. So the end of the series. So well, Nina, we're going to have to pace this out because we have a lot to say.
Oh my god.
So let's just get through Angel 17. Angel 17 was so shoehorned in. It was no mystery. There was no intrigue. I really like the first time I watched him, I was like, holy shit, I kind of get it. Because it was like the first time Shinji was actually like, somebody was into Shinji.
He pursued him. It was a pursuit.
Yes, he pursued him.
And that was
not the other way around. Not like you know, it was clear about it. You know, when I kind of get, you know, but he becomes so hung up over him.
Let me say it this way.
It's like, no, dude, you just met him like 2 days ago. Like, what the fuck?
And in the same episode, mind you, the same episode. This happens all in like.
Angel 17, all one episode.
All one episode.
He becomes a figure afterwards, which is like
stupid.
Whatever. But
have you ever watched The Walking Dead?
I have not watched The Walking Dead.
Okay, good. Don't.
Okay.
So here's something about that. There's like a running gag in the Walking Dead community when it comes to a side character or main character's death. When it comes to their episode that they're gonna die, you can tell that they're gonna die because they get a metric shit ton of characterization to throw as much shit on the character to make you go, oh, I would really hate it if they died.
Yeah.
And that's what happened with the 17th Angel. Is he showed up. And they tried. They tried to get you to feel for him. And I don't know. I just got nothing but Mary Sue the second time I watched it. The first time I watched it, that was kind of... Yeah. He's so unlikable. Oh my god,
there's nothing to him. There's nothing to him. There's really nothing to him, except maybe love interest for Shinji, which I'm like, okay.
That's weird. Okay. Like, I'm bringing that in this late.
Well, first off, gay representation in Japan 25 years ago, first off, that was a bold move. Just putting that out there. That's a bold move because Japan, I think it's a very conservative country.
That's about as bold as The Legend of Korra being like, yeah, she's gay at the last episode.
Yeah, it's bold. Not really well. Well, no, not really. No. I would say it's as bold as like the lesbian episode in Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Yeah.
Because remember, like when Korra came out, both in the metaphorical and literal sense, like the public opinion on gay people had pretty much already changed by then. But we're talking about 25 years ago in a very conservative country.
In Japan, yeah. Bold.
Yeah, that very bold, very ballsy. So at the very least,
there's that.
I can give him 1 point for that. You get 1 point. Congratulations. But other than that, no, it was a complete train wreck. It was a complete train wreck.
In my opinion, someone trying, I don't even know if the writer was trying for that, but in my opinion, if you have such a dumpster fire and then you try to get a point, that makes me feel even worse. Like, that makes me feel like you should get negative points.
I don't know. I don't even know. Well,
but we both
it's arbitrary at this point. Yeah, it's arbitrary.
We both agree this character fucking sucks.
Yeah. So the angel does his thing, and Shinji. All right. Okay.
23 episodes of characterization of Shinji. 23 episodes. 23 episodes.
All gone because of a non-character.
Because of a Mary fucking Sue.
Yeah. So the angel does his thing. He takes over Unit 2, which is Asuka's Eva. Shinji takes down Asuka's Eva, and he fucking kills him. And they have this long pull-down scene that goes on fucking forever, where Shinji just has Angel 17 in his hands as the Eva. And he's like, oh, fuck, I gotta crush him. And it should be simple. It's like, okay, he wants to cause the end of the fucking world.
And
I could stop it. I could stop it. Like, you literally have one job, and he does the one job, but it's like, you know,
I feel so bad. Did I punch someone to defend myself? That is so bad.
I don't even fucking know, man.
Yeah, have you seen The Last of Us 2? Like what they're doing in The Last of Us 2?
You mean the shit with the dog?
The shit with the dog.
The shit with the dog. The shit with the fucking dog.
There are people going ape shit over the story because it forces you to do bad things and then tries to make you feel bad about it.
Yeah,
No. If I had the choice to do it and then I do it, and I feel bad afterwards, that's natural.
Yeah.
If you force me to do it, fuck you. That emotion is not real at all.
You know, it kind of reminds me of
if you're gonna say
Soma.
Undertale,
no, I was going to say Soma. I'm not sure if you're familiar with it.
I don't think that I played Soma. I haven't downloaded.
Oh, dude, you have to play Soma. Okay. Well, there's one of those choices there. So, I'm not going to spoil it because it's a fucking amazing game. I'm not going to talk about it because I want you to experience it for yourself.
What?
So, Connor, play Soma.
I will. Neener, what the fuck? Are you kidding me?
I don't even want to look. I don't even want to
Oh
look
my
at
god!
it. I don't even want to look at it. I don't even... I don't even... Okay, I'm going to look at it.
No. You're going to want to look at this. It is literally fine. Please look at this, and it'll put further context into how bullshit. He fuck...
Oh, Christ.
God, for those of you who don't know
I'm not even
what
sure if
we're
I could
looking at,
show that on fucking stream. I'm not even sure if I could show that.
I'm going to explain it. So here's what Neener in chat just put forth is a slide, a couple panels
of a manga, of the manga.
Of the character that we're bitching about, who got killed by being crushed, and Shinji felt bad about it, is a bunch of panels of him finding a kitten, picking it up, crushing it to death, and going, "It's dead now."
Yeah.
And this is a Mary Sue character who made Shinji feel so bad that he ruined 23, I'm going to repeat that, 23 episodes of characterization of him feeling wanted, needed, important, worth it, and alive. Granted, he is depressed, totally fine. I don't think depression is curable by just
No. It's far thing from curable.
But he crushes this guy who is a literal piece of shit.
He simps for him so bad.
Like, what the fuck? What the fuck? So
that's that's pretty much episode 24 is where shit hits the fan.
Let me tell you guys this. After this, we actually have a crossroads. Do you guys want to go through door number A or door number B? Which one would you like to go?
Well, hold on. Number A.
Number A is the original ending.
Connor. Number A.
Number A.
Number
I know.
A.
I realized exactly what I'm saying. Number A. Number A or number B.
Okay.
All right?
So A is the anime's ending, which is episode 25 and 26.
Correct.
People were so upset with how 25 and 26 ended that they had to make a movie to redo it.
Literally redo it. It's that bad.
It was that bad. And
here's
that's where the end of Evangelion was born.
We're gonna walk through door A real quick. So this ending, this ending. So Shinji.
Okay. Well, let's try to give a little bit of context, but not all the context. So Asuka is out of commission.
Bad. She got fucked up.
She got fucked. That's where her facade fell, and she is just in that pit of despair.
Emaciated, alone, powerless. Bad. It is not.
Rei is basically forgotten.
She's just gone, I guess.
Yeah. Okay, so 25 and 26, basically, it's all about Shinji.
It's all about Shinji, for some reason.
Yeah, every other character is pretty much forgotten. And 25 and 26 tries to, like, hammer home all of the themes, but all at once.
All at once. It is so ham-fisted. It is so hollow. It's a
so
hollow experience.
Ham-fisted. It is so hollow. It is just without any sort of, like, emotion in it.
It's like the McDonald's version of
from what I understand, like, they experienced some major budget cuts, but I don't think that excuses a bad story.
There wasn't a whole lot of animation, so...
No, not really. No. I suppose you didn't go back and watch it?
I don't want to just piss myself off for no reason.
Like, from what I remember, it was just, like, you're a bad person. You're a bad person. You're a bad person. What's your purpose? Why do you do this? Why do you do that? Why do you do anything? And it's just so forced and ham-fisted. And the ending is just...
Let me say it this way. Hold on. Let me say it this way. Okay. Again, the entire point... I would say the entire point of Neon Genesis is Shinji, who has been abandoned by his father. His mother has passed away. He is an orphan. He has never felt important. He has never felt powerful.
No.
He has had everything ripped away from him. He is living in literally the end times.
Yeah, it's about him just scraping up this life together for himself and enjoying what he creates, not what's given to him. And honestly, I think that would have made a great series. Like, if it ended with, like, I don't know, if it had ended differently, but with Shinji not just dropping all of his character development.
Being a loser!
Yeah, if it had ended with, like, him fucking... If it had ended with Shinji having everything he gained and
here's the thing about Shinji. Here's the thing about Shinji. He's obviously someone that is depressed and emotionally mature. I wouldn't say emotionally mature. Maybe that's not the correct terminology.
No, hell, because he's a kid.
Emotionally experienced, kind of in like the shit. Like he knows all that life can fucking throw at him.
Oh, and then some. Most kids don't have to deal with giant fucking kaiju.
Exactly. So when someone's nice to him, it's not like, oh, they're nice to me, everything's fine. Shinji can look at that and go, okay, that's great, but they're probably going to be gone. Yeah. However, throughout the entire series, he keeps on getting more and more stuff added. He gets a friend group. He gets his coworkers. He has a nice place to live. He has people that know his name.
He created a family for himself.
And I'm not saying any of that is immediate, like, depression removal.
No, but
I am not saying...
like, he grew a support net.
Exactly, he grew a support
net. He had people that cared for him, people that became his family. And I think if it had ended with that family being... And
him being like,
if it ended with that family, like, him not disowning everything that he had worked for...
Off of one episode.
That would have been a great ending. But that's not how the series fucking ends. So another important plot point that we just completely glossed over is human instrumentality.
Oh, right. The end game. The end game, actual.
So human instrumentality is basically the removal of the self and humanity becoming a collective.
Everyone becomes a drop in the big old soda can of the universe.
Basically, without getting into the details. The ending of the anime, that's what happens. Human instrumentality is achieved. Everyone becomes just another drop in the ocean.
Literally, there's no individuality whatsoever. Right. It's essentially like the ending of Naruto if fucking Madara won. Everyone would literally...
That's supposed to be the explanation for all of the ham-fisted, like, feelings. That's supposed to be, like, the feelings of everyone.
Yeah. Everyone's feeling everything all at once.
However... It literally ends. The anime literally ends.
The entire bus.
The entire anime ends with like the entire cast applauding Shinji because he gets it. He
just
quote unquote gets it.
Shinji looks up and goes, "Oh, I get it."
Yeah. That's literally the ending of like, and what he gets, I can't even remember. Like I think he understands. Oh, other people are important, and they fucking do care about me. And it's like, yeah, but it's like,
yeah, but
it's all an illusion.
You didn't learn that at all.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah.
Oh, and so what happens is there's this
the
bizarre...
ending is him deluding himself into thinking that everyone's happy with him.
There is no way Shinji would believe that. Ever. He has looked at so many people and gone, okay, thanks for being nice to me, but I don't really believe that it's going to be permanent. No. But in his fucking stupid-ass little baby brain, everyone stands up and claps and goes, "You're awesome, Shinji. We love you, Shinji. You're the best, Shinji." And he goes,
"I want to suck your dick,
awesome.
Shinji."
He goes, "This is awesome. I'm so happy."
It's like, yeah,
that's the ending. No, I disagree.
It was no. That's just.
So
you can see why. You can see why people got pissed. You can see why people actually fucking killed themselves.
They were like, "This is bad. This is really
it was
bad."
so bad. Like, and I think I kind of see it. Like, if you're a low point, and
this is what you're trying to figure out. If Shinji can figure out what to do, I can figure out what to do, and Shinji doesn't figure out what to do.
It ends with him deluding himself. It literally ends with him deceiving himself into thinking that everyone is happy with him. And that's the kind of message that you're giving out. Like that, if anything, that's more hopeless than anything that the show can fucking throw at you.
Like, where were you going with the whole story?
Where were you what was the end game, sir? What was the end game in mind?
To come back to that question that you asked at the very beginning. Can the destination...
Yes, yeah, that goes back to my question earlier. Can the ending of a intellectual property ruin the whole experience?
And can the ending ruin the journey?
Can the destination ruin the journey?
It can, yes. And in my opinion, obviously it's up in the air depending on what you're referring to. In this, yes. Absolutely. If I brought this up when I was discussing this with you previously.
Yeah.
I've watched Lost. I'm pretty sure you have not watched Lost.
I did not watch Lost.
Lost, I got through 4 seasons of it because the plot was really interesting. I'm not gonna go through the plot of Lost. But what I will say is it did the exact same thing Neon Genesis did. It put forth a whole bunch of characterization. It had put forth a whole bunch of plot points, and then you're like, "Oh, okay, I can't wait to see where this goes." And then you realize that the writers had no fucking clue either. There was no end game.
Yeah.
And there was no end game. There was no idea. There was no actual foothold to where they wanted to end. There was no finish line. They were just riding on fumes the whole time.
Well, that is like a legit way to write, is just to kind of like build a story as you go.
I don't disagree. Yeah. Most writers think that a lot of the fun is figuring out where the story will go.
Yeah, exactly. And that's actually not a bad way to write because it allows you to adapt and
adapt and have fun. I remember not to credit J.K. Rowling a whole lot because she's a weirdo.
Yeah.
But I remember one of my friends was talking to me and she was saying that one of the more interesting parts, because we were watching Harry Potter, and she said, this character was actually supposed to die here. And I went, why didn't he die? And in an interview, J.K. Rowling said, well, actually, when I was writing it, Harry just wouldn't let him die.
What?
And I was like, what? And she goes, yeah, I believe that Harry would, like, I wanted him to die. But as I was writing the story, Harry just came up and saved him. And I was like,
okay.
That's interesting. That's an interesting way of doing it.
It's an interesting way of putting it.
It's an interesting way of putting it. Yeah, exactly. And so, like, as you write the characters, sometimes they take a form of their own. And so that's what I think is great. You can come in with an idea as to how you want the story to go, but as you're creating things, obviously things can mound and change, and you come to
it's how they've written Steven Universe, from what I understand. Like, a lot of it, they were just kind of making up as they went along. Not to say that it was a bad thing. I actually enjoyed Steven Universe, the vast majority of it. Similar problems with Evangelion. I just felt like the ending was fucking weak.
Oh my god, not good. Those
I
last
actually
three
brought.
episodes, man.
However, just because you have an end game, does not mean that you won't run into the same problem.
Right.
I brought up
I
several
understand.
times that I'm a huge fan of Samurai Jack. I know you haven't watched a single episode, and I'm going to introduce you to the series one of these days because holy fuck is it good.
Yeah.
If you like crazy monster designs, you'll love Samurai Jack.
I've seen several fight scenes. Ah, cool.
Oh no, I'm talking like.
I've seen a lot of the stuff.
Like the blind archers are probably one of my favorite enemy designs.
And he totally just lets him live. What a great guy.
Well, no, I'm not going to explain the blind archers if you don't know what they are. I'll have to show you them because that's something you have to experience. But Samurai Jack kind of had a similar problem, where the ending was just complete shit.
Yeah.
I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It was fucking shit. It was fucking garbage. And again, I'm going to have to introduce you to Samurai Jack because I know you're going to probably feel the same way I do. But apparently it was planned that way. One of the biggest problems with Samurai Jack is this forced love interest. And apparently the creator, Gendy Tartakovsky, who, if you don't know who Gendy was, basically any cartoon from 2000 to fucking whenever, he was always a part of that.
Yeah.
Just apparently he had always planned that. He had always wanted Jack to have a love interest, and it's like, no, that's just proof of the opposite, really, because it's like, just because you have an end game.
Just because you want something to happen doesn't mean that you can just force it to happen.
Yeah.
You can't just make it happen.
Yeah.
You can't just do that because people will catch on. People will catch on and they go, oh, you just wanted that to happen. The point of a narrative is to make it believable. Even I say that and people go, oh, well, you think that stuff in anime that's not what I mean.
Okay.
You can create a world, you can create the rules. If you make something happen for the sake of making something happen and it doesn't agree with the world that you've created, I'm going to hate it.
Yeah. We don't need a beach episode.
We don't need a beach episode because you want to have the characters in, like, normal clothes.
Or
like,
bikinis.
Or be boobies or whatever. Like, for whatever reason, fan service, blah, 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 blah. There's a way to do all of that, naturally. Please, for the love of God.
Just... Yeah.
So that was door number A.
Well, hold on. So I just want to tie this up with a pretty pink bow and just say that you could either have it planned out or you can have, just make it up as you go along. I'm not saying that either one is good or bad. It's just you can fuck up with both.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I want to say. So back to what we were talking about. So again, they fucked up 25 and 26. It was so ham-fisted. It was sloppy. It was bad.
I would even classify it as filler. It's that boring.
Yeah, so we basically just skipped it.
We didn't even watch it. We just skipped to the last where
we skipped to the movie. We skipped to the movie.
The movie, which by the way is not a movie. It's not a movie. It is not a movie.
Alternate episodes 25 and 26.
There's literally credits in there.
Yeah.
Halfway through.
It's fucking credits and an intro sequence to the fucking 25th episode. 26th episode, sorry.
2 episodes. It's not a movie. You can tell me that all.
So we start in.
This
Asuka is.
All right, no.
No.
Here's the thing.
You want to talk about the yogurt?
Oh my god.
We have to talk about Connor. We have to talk about it.
I'm gonna. This pissed me off so much because.
It was the lowest part for Shinji's character.
It was the lowest part for. This is when Shinji to me became irredeemable.
Okay.
And I have no idea why they did it.
Connor, I'm just going to shut the hell up and let you go. So you're fam, you got this, man. Get angry, fucking go. I had the visualizer on you.
Straight up, I'm so mad. Okay, here we go. So. Shinji was so relatable for so long. He was at his lowest point. And he looks at all the happiness around him, and he can't get into it. He listens to the same track on repeat over and over and over again because it's a sense of not safety but familiarity. And so he's trying to learn so much shit. He's trying to learn so much shit because he's never had it before, and he's learning how to step up fucking Asuka already offered to kiss him. Literally offered to kiss him, and he kissed it. It didn't seem like he was too turned on there. So anyway, Asuka has been violated in the previous episode. I'm gonna say that this is another episode, even though it's a movie. Has been violated. She has literally been kicked out of the fucking government group. She's no longer a pilot. She is emaciated, unconscious, and at the lowest point of her life. Shinji goes to visit her. Mind you, in the series, both Rei and Asuka have come to visit Shinji in the hospital before out of concern for his well-being. Asuka, who is, you could classify her as a bitch because she's a bitch, and that's her character. She's a bitch. Rei,
it's a facade.
It's a facade that she puts up. But Rei and them both, they have no idea how to relate to other people, but they still went to the hospital to show Shinji how much they care, because they care about him. Shinji goes to the hospital, finds this broken little girl in a hospital bed, hooked up to all kinds of tubes that he has no fucking clue what they do. And he looks down at her. And the first thing that this piece of shit does is he whips out his dick and he jerks one right into his hand.
It's important to note that she turns over, the tubes fall off, and her tits fall out.
That's the first thing that he does. He sees her and he goes, "Ah, yeah."
Yeah.
That's when I looked at Shinji and I went, "You're a piece of shit. You have learned nothing."
Yeah.
You are the most selfish, self-absorbed.
That moment
has empathyless. How do you have that much sadness? How do you have that much sadness?
At that moment, he became his father.
He became his dad. His dad, who, by the way, sent like thousands of people to their deaths.
Yep.
Didn't give a shit. Literally fucked his way up the chain.
Yep.
Used people at every opportunity.
Yep.
And cast them out.
Manipulated other sources of defense for his own gain.
And the strangest part is you could go, okay, cool, I can see that. Maybe the entire series was building up to that. Except it wasn't.
No, because it's the fucking movie. It was never planned for Shinji to be like his dad.
It was never planned.
And his
dad has been demonized throughout the entire series.
Rightfully so, by the way. Rightfully so.
Everyone fucking hates that guy.
And you're supposed to, which I guess makes him a well-written character.
But I watched that. By the way, that scene is the first scene of the movie.
It's like the first scene of the fucking movie. It's the first scene in the movie, and all you hear is Shinji fucking breathing hard, and then it just cuts to his hand. It's covered in cum. And by the way, no. By the way, what we just talked about, is coming directly off the heels of having 23 episodes of characterization. 23 episodes of praise from us.
And then we have the episode where fucking Mary Sue comes in and butt fucks everything.
Uh-huh.
I'm so mad, dude. It pissed me off. I watched that. I almost actually got up and left. I almost told you I'm not gonna finish watching this movie.
Yeah. You threatened to leave. You threatened to fucking leave. And honestly, I don't blame you. I don't know how I forgot that the first time I saw the movie. How did I forget that the character jerks off to a comatose girl? Like, okay, I was a horny-ass teenager. I think we were all horny-ass teenagers.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever reached... Hell, I'm still horny.
Bro.
I don't think I've ever reached a level of horny where I, like... Well, first off, I've never seen a comatose person.
How are you like, that self-absorbed?
How are you like that? Like, how horny do you have to be?
How soulless.
Just to see some bare titty, and that's enough. That is a fucking enough to get you started.
Bare boobs before. He lives with someone who walks around in their fucking underwear. He gets dressed with these girls.
Yep. He literally touched Ray's titties.
By
accident.
But now's the time to whip out your little pencil dick? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, now's the time. Now. Right now. Yep, right by her unconscious body.
And the biggest question I have is, what is even the fucking point? What was the point of that? To rip apart Shinji's character?
I don't even fucking know.
I don't even get it.
Every part of a movie should have a point, but I cannot fathom the reason. I guess
reasoning behind it. What in the fuck?
I guess for the ending.
Well,
I said this at the end of the movie. I said this at the end of the movie, but it felt like they had the destination, but they didn't really have a path to get there.
I heavily disagree. You want to know why? Because the beginning and ending, those are the only two parts that are co-linked.
Yeah,
that's it. That's literally it.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's what I'm saying. It felt for me, it felt like there was an ending, but they just didn't know how to connect it.
It's barely. I would even classify it as like almost an Easter egg for watching the movie. Woohoo! You realized it.
No. Yeah.
Congratulations. Like, okay, so let's talk about how completely substanceless the rest of the movie is. Why they do.
Oh yeah. Basically, okay. So Nerve gets defunded, and the UN sends in troops to apprehend him.
No, they don't get defunded. They get defunded in one area. So the fucking UN fucking wants to take down Yerv or whatever they're called. Nerve. And I literally said as we're watching, wouldn't it be easier? Because aren't these people funded by the UN? Why would they not just defund them and then take them down that way? And then the next scene, they go, we defunded them.
Yeah.
But they're still killing people who just work there.
Oh, by the way, this is a fortified compound. This is probably the most secure place on the planet.
Angels can't even get in.
Angels can't get through. These giant fucking monsters from outer space can't fucking get through, but people can. But people can.
How did they do that? How did they get in? Aren't there walls? There are walls.
Yeah, and they say, oh, Nerve's not really designed for ground troops, but it's like
bullshit.
Bullshit. It's like you what?
How do you defend yourself against kaijus and not people?
How do you defend yourself against fucking all of these fucking monsters, all these horrendous things? But no, people can just waltz right in.
That's just too much.
And they really do just waltz right in.
They walk the fuck in.
They just walk in.
They walk into the control room.
Yeah, they just walk in. They just fucking walk in. Like I honestly cannot stress this enough. It is so fucking stupid that they get in with such little effort. The first time we see blood on their side is when Misato fucking
Misato, the only character that can get anything done.
Yeah, Misato, the only character at this point. One of the only characters left at this point.
Hey, can I pause it right there?
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Let me talk about all the character arcs that got fucking thrown out the fucking window.
Yeah, okay, Shinji's gone. We already got to Shinji just being done. Asuka is still like fucked up. So Asuka's basically what they do is they take her out of the medical ward, yeet her into the fucking Ava, and send her to the bottom of a lake.
Just to protect her. And she's not even protected in there.
No, not really. Because, like, the Ava, you can still feel what the fuck's going on. I guess, granted, they can't breathe underwater. But, like,
doesn't make sense. But
what the fuck?
Okay. So, anyway, so here's the list of characters that got their fucking... Just out of nowhere. Just, blah, don't care.
Yeah.
So we have the fucking 17th Angel who got showed up and literally just died for...
He was revealed he was the bad guy, which is like, okay, no shit, Sherlock. Yeah.
Okay, so we got Ritsuko, the scientist girl whose mom was actually the 3 computers.
Yes.
You know how she like got broken?
She basically just fell apart like fucking tissue paper.
They literally just go fuck it and then have her die. She just dies.
Basically.
Okay, so we have Ryoji.
Ryoji. Well, he dies before the movie.
Well, I know. I'm just saying throughout everything.
Throughout the series.
Ryoji just gets off-screened. He gets off-screened.
Yes, but I don't know.
It's not even stated who kills him. He just off-screened.
Does it really need to be?
Yeah, because it's part of Misato's story. She doesn't get any closure for that.
No, she doesn't.
Any closure from that. Okay, so we got Toji, who was the 4th children.
Toji, he was basically just sent to the hospital and then forgotten.
And they just forget about him.
What's that one character? There was one character in a fucking sitcom that went up the stairs in like the second episode and was just completely written out of the series. What fucking show was that?
I can't even remember. I don't even know.
I think Happy Days or something. I fucking forget. But like, yeah, it was kind of like that. Like they sent him to the hospital because he got fucked up in a fight, and I guess he got together with the girl interest that was introduced that same episode, and the end of the story he's completely forgotten about.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay,
He's done. Goodbye.
We got Shinji and Toji's friend, by the way, the glasses guy, just gone.
Yeah.
Don't even care.
Yeah, no. Everyone else is... It's kind of like the series ending. Because it's like they just drop all of these storylines. Nothing is tied up. Nothing is ended well, save for maybe Asuka. And actually, no, that's pretty much it.
Oh no! Here's another thing. Remember Kozu, the guy who's watched Shinji's dad come into power and has seen the monster that he's become.
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't get anything either. Remember, he gets turned into goo at the end.
Yeah, no.
I would even say that Shinji's dad got fucked. I have no idea what his motives are. No idea.
What his motives were? I don't even fucking know.
What were his motives? Why did he do everything? I was waiting for that.
I think it was human instrumentality. Like I think he wanted Sui.
No. That's a lie because he used her to get into power. That's a lie.
No,
I looked at
why else would he make Rei though?
Why would he make Rei though? Exactly. Why would he?
He wanted Sui, so he made Rei to kind of fill in that space.
Bro, if I loved a woman and I had an offspring in the form of Shinji, because he's been at work with his son and his wife before, and he could not give a shit less about either of them. He did not love his wife.
Oh, God.
At all.
Yeah, and if you really loved your wife and you were aware of those risks, I don't think you would have thrown her into the experimentally.
It's implied that he wants human instrumentality so he can be closer together with his dead wife, which is bullshit, because he didn't love her. And I have no idea what his motives were the whole time. Literally, we had this guy.
Okay, yeah. As a villain, I think he was well written.
He was well written for being evil. Oh yeah, I'll give him that.
Yeah, he's evil, but I think like the motive just didn't make sense.
And it's not even like that he wanted power, because if he wanted power, he wouldn't have been.
He already got it. He already got it. He's like the last thing standing between humanity and utter annihilation. Like. He's already like probably one of the most powerful characters in the entire show, but yeah, his motives just make no sense.
And Nina said this: the girl who was the class president dropped, who was Rei's friend and Asuka's friend dropped.
Yeah. That's what I said. Like the love character, like the love interest character that was introduced like that same episode.
To make you feel bad that he got hurt.
I think the only character that got a decent ending to their arc was Asuka.
With Asuka, because she got some sort of like, but even then it was like bittersweet because you're like, no, Asuka, Asuka. Okay, I feel like. Sorry, go ahead. Sorry, I'm just riled up.
I feel like at the end of the series, the focus was taken from Shinji, which is stupid. You shouldn't do that, and given to Asuka,
which is really weird. Like, why not make it
really weird?
Why not make
like Shinji, basically all of his character development was just destroyed. Asuka, during that time, like we were watching Asuka just deconstructing at that point.
Which is compelling. It's compelling.
It is compelling. It's compelling. But then like the series just goes in a complete nosedive with 25 and 26. So the movie, Shinji is basically just a fucking vegetable.
Dude, he does nothing. His friends are getting slaughtered.
Shinji does like two things in the entire movie.
And he fails on both of them, by the way. He fails both times.
He mopes around, and then at the climax, he has to make a choice.
And he gives them wait, back it up. Remember Asuka's getting her fucking face caked in by fucking a whole bunch of robots. Which, by the way, crazy that we have a whole bunch of these robots. And
they talked about them in the series.
Nevertheless, she's getting her face kicked in by these things.
And he was just watching.
And Shinji's just watching. And so he's like, I'm going to go defend her. And so he goes out and he goes, oh, the thing that I'm in right now, the thing that if I am found in this thing can literally lead to instrumentality and the end of the world, I should really not go out. And he's like, all right, I'm out. Anyway, you guys got me.
Yeah.
You guys got me.
So,
but here's what I wanted to say. All of that to build up. All of these characters that have these quest lines. You could call them quest lines. Character arcs.
Yeah.
Every single one of them got shafted, but no one, I mean no one, got shafted as hard as Misato.
Yeah, no, Misato had the most, like, if anything, the saddest end. And not sad as in, like, oh, boo-hoo. Like, sad isn't just disappointing.
Like, why? She got shot in the arm.
She got shot... No, I thought she got shot in the back. But
no, she got shot in the arm because she could walk.
Yeah.
She got shot in the arm. She got shot in the arm. And died.
Yeah, she bled out.
She bled out from a... Okay. Also, she kissed Shinji like an adult. She literally said, this is how adults kiss, so she gave him an actual passion kiss.
Yeah, I don't even fucking know why they threw that.
Can we talk to the author and ask him? Like,
I think it was like I kind of gave the excuse it was like a kiss goodbye, but looking back, that's kind of stupid.
She literally said, this is how adults kiss.
I don't know.
And I'm like, what the fuck are you trying to do?
I don't know. But back to like...
Wait, hold on. Nina just said this. She had to die specifically just to give Shinji some motivation. She died
for the motive. Holy fuck.
She died as a plot engine.
Oof.
What in the fuck? Is that all Misato was for you as a writer? Is that all this character was? She was the most compelling, strong, weak, lovable, relatable. Oh my god, I aspire to be Misato. Yeah. She has seen some shit.
Okay.
Oh,
going back to Asuka. So in the movie, Asuka kind of gets this redemption. She does, and I said I liked it. I actually found it very cathartic because we saw her at her literal at her lowest, where she lost everything. She lost all the confidence. She was forced to come to terms with her own mother, pretty much going fucking insane.
Yeah.
And
her love interest died, by the way. Ryoji died.
Yeah, he died.
She was aware of that.
Yeah, she found
out.
She was going through oh, I'm 15, but I have these feelings of an adult, but I don't know.
I can't act on them. By the way, she lost everything Shinji gained, and guess who was out there fighting for humanity?
Asuka.
Asuka was. Yeah. What Asuka was.
If anything, Asuka is a million times more redeemable than Shinji.
At least Asuka can keep her hands out of her pants when she sees catatonic people.
Yeah, I don't know. Just Asuka came to realize that at the very least, that her mother is quote unquote always with her, I guess in memory, and she realized that the memory of her mother loving her is enough for her, which.
It's nice.
It's nice. I
will
get
say
it. I get it. I get it.
Delusional, in my opinion.
I get it. Hold on. Speaking from someone who actually lost a parent, that I was, we were close. I get it. It is heartbreaking when you lose a parent. Granted, mine didn't lose his fucking mind, but I can't forge new memories with my dad.
Right.
I can't. It's
it's been tainted.
Yeah, exactly. But I still have the memory of him. I still have, he's still a part of me in my mind. He is still alive in that sense that, as long as I keep going, his memory is still with me. And through that, he is always going to be with me. And,
yes.
I don't know. I just, as cheesy as that sounds,
it's raw emotion. Sometimes
it's still a nice thing, if I'm having a shitty day, I can I could look back at the times I have with my dad. If I'm ever down about oh, he's no longer with us, I could be like, well, there was still this time we had together, and that time, and this memory, and that memory, and blah, 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 blah. And, and it wasn't an overnight thing, obviously. Mm-hmm. So, coming to that realization, and especially, I lost him as an adult. I couldn't imagine what it's like to lose a parent that you were close with when you're young. And granted, these, they're 15 at the time.
Yeah, they're 15.
Like, that's still a kid, man. That's still a fucking kid.
They don't even have, like, fully adult brains to comprehend shit.
Exactly. So, and Asuka lost her mom when she was just a little girl, so, like...
And
that just adds even more to it. But, like, yeah, coming to that realization, it can be overwhelming, and I think that was a good motivator for her to get up and at it and realized, okay, she's still with me, I got a job to do, let's kick some ass, take some names. And that fight scene, even though it was interrupted by...
That was so good. It was
very good. It was...
Oh my god. It's not only that she kicked ass, because I could just cue up the You Say Run music and go and be like, oh yeah, she's gonna kick ass. No, she kicked ass in a way that is first and foremost believable. She didn't get anime powers.
No. The only thing that we pointed out was bullshit was the spikes.
I was gonna say, why do you guys not use that one?
But they could have been a new feature, because remember, I think the wings got broken. Those like wing things on the back, I think they got broken in the previous episode. So that could have been new, but that's still bullshit.
Still bullshit. And how did they get them installed with defunding shit?
I don't know.
Less stuff.
But still, it was an amazing fight scene, and I feel like it was a great redemption for Asuka.
I will again say,
even her losing that fight, like,
I would almost say that's totally fine, because she gave it her all.
She did. She really
and that's
did.
all you can actually say. That's all you can rely on. In
she did her best.
And again, I'm gonna say this.
She kicked ass. She took names. She redeemed herself.
I am once again gonna say this. Shinji, over 23 episodes, gained everything that Asuka lost. And when it came down to it, who was on the battlefield? The
Asuka.
Broken 15-year-old girl, or the completely fine and healthy Shinji?
Yeah.
By the by, exactly what Nina's saying. For some reason, the rules of Eva's just changed, because
remember when Shinji literally turned to goo because he bonded too well with the Eva? I think that was the logic. Like, in that moment, she bonded with her Eva, so her body responded with the corresponding injuries.
That's never been the case. I'm gonna say this.
Well, remember when Rey got taken over by that light worm thing, and it created all this pulsing within her Eva, and then we took a look inside the cockpit, and all her it was pulsing with her body as well.
I'm gonna say that was more than likely like an angel ability than like something that should be like the rules. I'm like, obviously we're just like, there's no way to like verify this. In my opinion, I think that the reason why she just automatically took all of this fucking damage was for shock value.
I guess, but it was still good. I still stand by that it was warranted.
Well,
even though it doesn't make sense in universe, I still think the shock value was still there, and I still say it was good.
Well, and I'll say this: out of the 5 of them, or 3, I guess you can say 3 now, 3 of them. Asuka, at the end, the reason why she was not allowed to be a pilot anymore, because she literally couldn't.
She could not sync up.
She couldn't sync up with her Eva.
Yeah.
And I don't even know how she even got to pilot her Eva, because you would think, like, the more traumatized you are, the better you are syncing up, because you rely on those emotions. Whenever she was synced up with her Eva, she was...
Oh, no. Remember, that's bullshit.
Oh, right.
Nina pointed out... Okay.
That's right.
They explain shit.
You're so right. Oh my god, you're so right.
Okay, hear me out. Let me explain. They explain shit so poorly. Near the end.
Oh my god,
they explain shit so poorly. Dude. So there were a lot of things that were just unaccounted for. There was the origin of Adam and Lilith. There was the Spear of Longinus. There was the Dead Sea Scrolls. They were like, what the fuck is all of this? They explain none of it.
That's fine as a plot point.
They explain.
Like, you don't have.
These are all major plot points. These are all major plot points in the overall lore.
Yeah. You kind of want to tell us what the fuck this is. You can't just like Deus Ex Machina everything.
They explain none of it. So
they explain none of it.
We had to go through the fandom.
The
fandom,
wiki!
which is like a fucking wiki. Apparently,
it's like reading FNAF lore. Oh my god.
Apparently, the creator himself admits that you have to consume all of the media.
No.
All of the media to get a decent understanding
of
the entirety of the lore.
Sorry, your thing is just too big brain for
bullshit.
me. Stupid American.
Just bullshit.
Stupid boy.
No. Unless you're writing a book, you don't plan for the sequel. When you're making an intellectual property. Unless, you're writing a fucking book, you don't plan for a sequel. When you're making a TV show, you don't plan for a sequel series or a spin-off series. When you're making a movie, you don't plan for a sequel. I can only think of fucking once where a movie did so well, or like a movie was projected to do so well that it was immediately greenlit for a sequel, and that was fucking Shrek! Didn't you know about that?
I did not.
Shrek, the fucking movie about the ogre, was projected to do so well that while in production for the first movie, they were already greenlit to do the sequel.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
No, don't get me wrong, Shrek was a good movie, but that's basically unheard of. What movie is projected to do so well that it's already automatically granted a sequel? I've never heard of that.
I was gonna say Avengers, but that was like
no, that's a fucking universe. They planned that. They planned that to be a fucking universe. They planned that to be a fucking cash cow. I'm talking about a movie,
like
just any movie,
a one-shot
movie. What movie was like just is automatically granted a sequel while it's still in fucking production?
It has nothing to show for it yet. It
has absolutely no numbers to back it yet. It has absolutely nothing to back for it yet. It's still being fucking made. No, I can't think of any. I can't think of anything besides like a book where like you have the entire story planned out and it's like, okay, I'm going to end book 1 here because that's understandable. Like you don't make a movie planning with a sequel in mind. No, you plan a movie with the fucking movie.
But no, Neon Genesis Evangelion is just too smart. You got
the world is too expansive for just 26 episodes. Then don't make it 26 episodes.
Like 3 characters. You guys do the same shit every episode. The fuck you mean?
There's like 2 characters. Shinji, you basically throw everything out at the end, so fuck him.
Asuka and Misato are the only characters.
Asuka and Misato are pretty much the only characters.
No characterization. The fucking 17th Angel has no characterization.
But 17th Angel is not even a character.
It's not even a character.
He shows up in episode 24, and then he shows up in 20. I think in 25 and 26. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, he shows up as a spirit because he's.
And then he shows up in fucking because I don't fuck
in his
dreamscape. The logic.
Oh, by the way, can we also mention, for anyone did you guys know that the whole time, Shinji's dad had Adam as part of his hand? Angel Adam? He just...
Adam's technically not an angel. I had to look this fucking up. So, okay. Allow me to explain the entire lore of Evangelion as best I could. From the fucking fandom. Most of this shit I got from fandom, not the series. So,
thank you, fans, doing a better job.
A long-ass time ago, there was an ancient race of aliens. They were on a dying planet somewhere in the Milky Way. So, realizing that their planet's going to die, they took all of the souls of their entire species and planted them into seven seeds. Each seed was equipped with... It was basically the size of a moon, and equipped with a Spear of Longinus, which is a sort of bioweapon which would help create life from the entity inside of it. The entity, obviously, which would be like sort of like this god figure, and then the Dead Sea Scrolls. The Dead Sea Scrolls basically being alien text that would have accurate predictions for everything that would to come.
Essentially, it's like the world wiki. Like, you can look
basically,
it up and be like, all right, this is what happened.
So what happened was Adam landed on Earth fucking billions of years ago.
Somehow.
Lilith, who was another monster and another seed, also happened to land on Earth. Now, for some reason, two seeds cannot coexist on the same planet. I don't know why. Apparently, it's never explained. And also, the other 5 seeds are never explored. So the majority of the fucking alien species is just off there somewhere in our galaxy, just doing who the fuck knows what.
Who gives a shit?
So Adam and Lilith are the two entities within the seeds. Within them, it's kind of like human instrumentality, where it's like all these souls all composed into one being. However, during the impact, Lilith's spear of Longinus breaks, and somehow, instead of causing Lilith to go dormant,
it caused Adam to go dormant.
It causes Adam's spear of Longinus to make him go dormant.
Because reasons.
Yeah. So Lilith's LCL, which is the goo, spreads and creates most of the life on the planet, whilst Adam somehow made children, which are the angels. Angels 3 through 16, I think, are all Adam's kids.
And we care
because we are the offspring of Lilith.
And so we're defending ourselves against Adam's
yes,
people.
Adam's kids want to take over the planet or something. I don't know. The motivations are actually not really made that clear.
So wait a second. Well, wait. Okay, so wait. If Adam is on fucking Shinji's dad's arm, would he not be dormant? Is that him being dormant?
So what happened in 1999? So we skip forward a couple billion years. Life happens.
Everything matter. Don't worry about it.
Back in 1999, Shinji's dad, along with Misato's dad, and the fucking guy who was a professor, I forget his name, they were all at the second impact, which happened when they discovered Adam, and they woke him up. Once that happened, it caused this huge cataclysm which really fucked over the planet, and you just need to look at some of the art to understand, holy shit, yeah, the planet is fucked.
Go to Antarctica or whatever.
Yeah, I explained to you, it was actually a very subtle detail. I'm sure they only did this for... Okay, so a small tangent.
I'm dying! Continue.
Okay. So I explained this to you, but I'm not sure if anyone else would pick this up. So, in the South Pole, they show you the South Pole in 2015, 15 years after the second impact.
And it's all blood. It is literally all blood.
Yeah, the sea is red. There's, like, glaciers that are just pillars.
Spindles, like really small.
And there's Aurora Borealis, which is not
like Aurora Borealis.
Well, no, I explained to you why Aurora Borealis in the South Pole is bad. So Aurora Borealis, if you don't know what that is, it's just the fancy term for the Northern Lights. So if you don't know why the Northern Lights are a thing, I'll explain. So the sun is constantly emitting subatomic particles, right? Protons, neutrons, electrons, along with, like, helium for now. Soon it's going to be Well, not soon. Well, soon in the relative sense of a few billion years, but soon it'll be lithium. So electrons have a negative charge, and due to the magnetic pull of the poles on the Earth, the electrons are attracted to the North Pole because that has the positive charge. And basically, the Northern Lights are just these electrons dancing about in the upper atmosphere because they're attracted to the North Pole. To have fucking Aurora Borealis in the South Pole means that you would have to have the poles switched. Meaning that the South Pole now has the positive charge, and the North Pole has the negative charge, or at the very least, a weaker positive charge. That would fuck up the entire atmosphere, which would fuck up the entire, all the world's ocean currents, and, it would just cause this huge... basically. But this is just a small thing that I picked up. Basically, the world is fucked.
Big time. Like, it's like a floating
and
husk.
I'm not even sure if that was an intentional thing. I'm pretty sure that was just like an aesthetic choice. But just the implications of that aesthetic choice just can tell you so much. And it's shit like that
that I thought it would make the series good.
That made the series great.
But you're like, oh damn, okay, cool,
like,
wow.
Damn.
They didn't even sit there and go, and by the way,
you just pick up. But no, then the series just went to shit really quickly.
The series just decided to fuck off.
But anyway, so in 2000 is when the second impact happened, or 1999. Excuse me. And that's when they woke up Adam. They managed to
find
him. No, they managed to sedate him, I think, or like get him to kill him or some shit. I don't fucking know.
Attach him directly to the main antagonist's hand.
Yeah. No, the embryo was delivered to him, so maybe it was bonded to him afterward.
How the fuck did angels bond with... God damn it!
Listen, shit is so poorly explained. It is just pathetic.
If you have no rules, then there's nothing to grab onto. You have given me like no walls, no floor, no ceiling, and you're just like it's like, and why even bother?
So the human instrumentality is going to happen when you have Adam-based life meet Lilith-based life, because Adam is apparently like the seed of knowledge, while Lilith is the seed of virtue. And once you have knowledge and virtue, you can that basically makes you at a god level for some reason.
Okay.
It's just so confusing. It makes more sense. It makes so much more sense when you read it, but it still doesn't make sense at all.
Well, like, that's like and by the way, guys, none of that is explained.
No, none of it is explained. None of it, like a little bit of it is explained. It said that. Okay, so they explained that Adam-based life, the angels, are what humanity could have been. But that's pretty much it. I'm not sure if it was just the dub we watched. I'm not sure if it was just, if it was just the fucking version we watched. Because maybe they explained shit better in the original dub. Or maybe they explained better, if we watched the fucking sub. Maybe we would have, had a full understanding.
Sub, to be honest. I always say sub first. But
maybe if we watched the fucking sub from 25 years ago, maybe... that would have made more sense, but
maybe if we asked,
I highly doubt it, because apparently some of this is only explained through the manga and through a fucking PS2 video game.
A PS2 video game, guys. A PS2 video game. You have to play. You have to track down now.
So
track down one and then play to fucking figure out this bullshit.
So not only, first off, think about it. If you're going to get an Evangelion video game, first off, you have to be a fan of the series. So,
what would you even do in the video game?
I guess it's a fighting game. I guess it's a fighting game, but there's also lore into the series, which doesn't make sense. Like, okay, I'm just trying to think. Like,
Yeah, it's a kaiju battle.
I don't even fucking know.
Oh my god.
It's an RPG? Oh my fucking god.
Oh my god.
But anyway,
Wow.
apparently they explain more in this video game.
You
but
can't do that.
Not everyone's going to have a PlayStation, so you're already cutting out a good chunk of your fan base. Not everyone is going to be interested in the game itself, even if they do have a PlayStation. And you know,
And also,
to have the
you.
game, you have to be a fan of the series. It's just like, no.
Isn't a fucking PS2 romp fucking kaiju battler like kind of missing the point
I don't even fucking know.
of the whole series?
That the angels are these, like, they have importance, you know. It's not like I don't even know what to fucking say. I don't even know what to fucking say at this point.
Like, why? Like, imagine like watching Neon Genesis and go, "Oh yeah, it's about monsters."
It's not. It's not.
It's not about monsters.
No.
It's not.
Look, I'm just trying.
God.
Okay. Like,
Penrose is like so desperately trying to explain this shit while I am sitting here fucking like
I'm just trying
dying
to
on the
think of
inside.
like another series that kind
Wait.
of does this.
Whoa,
Like, I'm thinking.
Whoa. Top 10 Evangelion games? There's more?
What?
There's
more.
over 10. There's over 10 Evangelion games.
Fuck me, man. Well, as far as I understand, oh my fucking god.
Oh my god.
And remember,
Wow,
you need to
TS never looked
consume
better.
all the media to understand the world.
That you can't do that.
Yeah, no.
Wow, this does not surprise
I'm just trying
me.
to think. I'm just trying to think of like another intellectual property that has multiple sources. Not sources. Multiple
FNAF.
multiple.
FNAF, Star Wars.
Yeah, I guess FNAF and Star Wars and shit. I was actually thinking Metroid, for some reason. Like Metroid,
Well-
there's not only the games, but there's also a manga.
Yeah, I've read that.
And-
I've read it. It's actually pretty good.
Yeah,
It's interesting
From
seeing
what I
Samus as
understand,
a
like,
character.
do you have to read the manga to understand the world of Metroid?
No,
No,
you don't.
I don't think so. I have not read the fucking Metroid manga, but I understand the world. I
You want to
the
know
lore.
why most things don't do this? You want to know why? It's because like spin-offs usually are bad ideas.
Yeah,
There's
spin-offs are
really
usually bad ideas. Reboots are bad ideas,
Dragon
and
Ball.
you don't make a story with sequels in mind. Again, I can only think of Shrek that had the sequel before it was like fucking done.
This is why I hate YouTube shows like Death Battle and 1 Minute Melee and will this character beat this character? Because usually in a story, it's not really about like what the character can do. Usually the character can do the things because they need to do the things, you know, as part of the story. So if you like mash up two characters from two different things, and you're like, oh, these both are the best characters ever because they're so strong. Usually it's just narrative based. Usually their strength is narrative based. Yeah, Goku's gonna romp stop anyone because he's fighting characters that they literally just have to keep getting stronger or else the story would make no sense. Like if Goku fought Frieza and then came home and was like, bandits are attacking in the nearby town, you would be like,
well, those bandits are fucking dead.
well, these bandits are fucking dead, I guess. But like, oh my god. And Kingdom Hearts, by the way, fuck that series. Oh my god, Mango. I could go on another. That'd be another thing at some point. I'll show Penn.
Like
all of that.
what other intellectual property
I
do
can't
you
even think of
have
something
to
that has,
consume
like,
all
books,
the
movies,
fucking media,
books,
all
movies?
available forms of media to understand the universe? What other intellectual property do you have to consume all the media? Like, this is the most like consumerist positive fucking series I can think of. If you think about it, it's just you have to. You have to.
If you want your questions answered, you have to play
If you want your questions answered, if you want to have like an inkling of a fucking understanding of what the fuck's going on, you have to consume all the media.
You want to know what the
What
worst part is? The story's not even that important.
No.
The story's not even that complex.
No, it's
You're
not.
just making it big on
No.
purpose.
But it still makes no fucking
makes
sense
no
if you're
sense
just going with
anyway.
the anime. That makes
Even if
no
you
sense.
fucking explain
What-
it makes no sense.
Again, I defy you, Connor. I defy you. Name me one other intellectual property where you need to consume All of it.
You want to know something funny? I am so fucking. I hate Dragon Ball. I grew up with it and I loved it, and once I look back on it, I was like, this is fucking garbage. When it comes to Dragon Ball, even they don't do that. The video games and like the spin-off shit, they literally go, "Oh, this is a what-if story," or "This is blah blah blah."
It's
or,
all
this is, like, what's the canon.
self-contained. It's all
It's
self-contained. You can
its own
connect the
shit.
lines, but you don't need to consume it all.
It's that's not even all the same universe. You can literally most spin-off things just go, "Oh, this is like a different retelling. This is like a different thing." But
Star
Neon
Wars
Genesis
before
goes,
Disney
no.
killed the EU. I don't think so.
The extent the Star listen in Star Wars. Oh my god, dude! No,
Can I? Well, hold on. If I just watch one Star Wars movie, one of the original 3, would I be okay in understanding the world? Would I be okay in understanding, like, the lore?
Let me tell you, if you watched A New Hope, you would actually understand everything that it needs to be, because the Force is as vague as it needs to be.
Okay,
That's it.
I think I'm
that's
good.
everything.
Like, I don't think I need to watch Aliens to understand Alien.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need to watch Prometheus to understand Alien.
Yep. Because aliens are there. Like, aliens are there.
Yeah, aliens.
I have no idea why they were like, in life, there's the guys that come and they die on a planet, and then life.
The engineers.
Or yeah, exactly. And you're like, the life comes forth for them, and then.
Well, you see,
here's how the
Spice
aliens
sat their
got created.
century, and they weren't about that.
Literally nobody gives a shit. Literally nobody fucking cares.
I made a TF2
Nobody
joke.
cares.
No one cares.
No one cares. Literally no one
cares about my TF2 joke.
I got it.
I know.
I got it.
I know.
But anyway, okay. So all that to say, end of Evangelion, human instrumentality is a thing. It's happening. It is happening.
Yes, and Shinji has a choice between human instrumentality and individualism. Like everyone having their own person, their own mind, their own body, etc., etc.,
Which
etc.
I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop you right there and say, even this new Shinji, who is a piece of shit, still wants to fucking die. Doesn't want to be a part of anything. And I'm not talking about, like, choosing which one. I'm talking about he literally doesn't want to have any power whatsoever. So, in my opinion, this new Shinji would choose human instrumentality. He would literally go,
he would
"Alright, cool."
choose instrumentality.
He would literally go, cool, awesome, I don't have
Like
to do
instrumentality, like there would be no sense of self because you just
Awesome,
be
cool.
you just be like a drop in the sea of everything. Like you would lose your sense of self. Like
And
that's
that's what
the whole
Shinji
point
would
of
want.
instrumentality.
That's what Shinji would want.
Yes,
in my
that's
opinion.
what this
That's
new
what
Shinji would want. Like it makes perfect sense. But no.
And he just I have not wrapped my mind around this.
He chooses individuality.
Why?
He chooses individuality.
Why? He hates himself.
So why would he choose to be himself? That makes no sense.
God.
Like the whole series at this point is pushing for the struggle of not understanding others. Well, instrumentality is like the ultimate understanding of everyone.
Because everyone's everyone.
Because
Literally
everyone is everyone. Everyone has linked memories. Everyone is everyone.
There's
Everyone
no
experiences.
doubt ever. You will
everyone.
literally never have to wonder where you stand with someone because you
No,
know
because
exactly
you
what
just
they're
know.
feeling.
You just know.
You
and
just
you
know 'cause
are
you're
them, and they are you, and so everyone's on good standing with everyone.
It's
And there
literally
is
like-
no
it's literally
everyone
like-
because everyone is one.
It's literally like a guy's going, "Oh my god, I need water," and a guy's like, "You can either have this bottle of water that's freshly cooled, or this hand of sand."
And you choose the sand.
And you choose the sand for some fucking reason. Because he's like, "Oh well, if I have the sand, then I can smelt it into glass and make my own bottle, and then I can find some water in my bottle."
You know why they did it? You know why they did it? It's because like there's no future conflict.
Because
if everyone is the same, they probably fucking did it so they could have a sequel. Just think about it. There's no story if everyone's the same person, the same pile of goo. But if everyone's an individual, okay, now you got characters. Okay, now you got a story.
Hey, we get to make a new slice of life anime. They do that. They
did do that. They did fucking do that.
They do
and
that.
you have to consume that to understand the fucking world.
Also, anyway, like to point out at the very end, for some reason, Asuka's not ripped to bits, because she was ripped to bits, by the way. And so, whenever she was instrumentality, Shinji gets the power to be God.
Well, wait. Wasn't she in her Eva?
No, yeah, she was in her Eva. How the fuck that happened? How the fuck did that happen?
don't
How the
fucking
fuck did that
know.
happen? So anyway, Shinji starts fucking choking Asuka because he did it previously in the movie.
Okay,
and
wait, hold on.
Weird.
This is actually, when you explained this to me, I actually thought that was actually pretty cool. So you go ahead and explain this, but explain it level-headedly. So just take a breath.
Yeah.
Okay. Take a breath. And explain this, because actually I thought this was actually pretty cool.
Let me tell you, this is the scene that got me to watch Neon Genesis. I thought it was really cool too.
Yes.
So here we go. Previously in the movie, Shinji was talking with Asuka, who, by the way, isn't real. In his head, he was talking with Asuka, who isn't real in his head, and she's going at him about all of his insecurities and whatnot.
Yes.
In response to him being pressured like that, he grabs Asuka, the fake Asuka, by the throat and starts choking her. Because he knows, by the way, at this point, he is becoming one with everyone.
Yeah, it's human instrumentality.
It's human instrumentality. And
It's
so he's
all
basically
delusions.
in his fancy world.
Real. It's not fucking real.
None of it's real. And so he chokes Asuka. So, after he rejects human instrumentality, he's laying next to Asuka on a beach somewhere.
Yes.
Surrounded by literally everyone.
Yeah.
And he
not
looks
really.
over.
It's just him and Asuka with this like actually beautifully done.
Oh my god! Again,
background.
Made me want to watch the entire series.
Like this beautifully done background. Like the world is fucking destroyed. The experimental Evas are just there, and they're just hanging like they're on a fucking cross.
Oh my god!
It's actually so beautiful.
It really is. It's beautiful in the most
like
melancholic
the colors,
way.
The fucking detail.
Okay, but wait.
The art is on point. But
so good.
Back to what you were saying.
So, he is laying next to Asuka on a beach after everything has happened. He looks over to Asuka, gets on top of her, and begins choking her. And now, normally you would be like, oh, okay, he's fucking had it. He's just gonna kill her. No, the point of it is he's gone through so much shit. He thinks that he is still in human instrumentality. He thinks he is still inside of the angel. He thinks he is still everyone else. He is choking Asuka to feel like he is real. And Asuka, rather than being like, fuck, stop me, bah, you're awful, which he would normally think would happen, she instead caresses his cheek, which tells him, you are actually here, because that wouldn't happen in my head, because I know what Asuka would do, and Asuka wouldn't do that. And so, essentially, Shinji, by choking Asuka, and Asuka responding the way she did, allowed Shinji to feel as though he was actually real. It is one of the most beautifully, emotionally captivating scenes, and it made me want to watch the entire series.
Keep going. What does Asuka say?
And Asuka, oh my god. You remember how at the very beginning of us talking about the movie, we talked about how Shinji walked in on Asuka? And Asuka was laying there decrepit. And he did that to her. She looks down at him. And she speaks the final words of the movie. And she says, I feel sick. Which, in an interview about what the hell that meant, they actually asked the Japanese voice actor of Asuka, what would you do if you knew that there was someone right next to you that could sexually assault you, that could do anything that they want with you, but rather than doing anything, they whipped out their teeny tiny pencil dick and jerked one off. Obviously in different words. And she said, ugh, I feel sick. She was awake for that. Asuka
was fucking awake.
Was awake. She was fighting 9 different Evas to save the world, knowing that one of her closest friends came to see her, and rather than doing anything to make her feel better, he instead
jerked off in his own fucking hand.
Jerked off in his own fucking hand. And that's the end of the series.
That's the end. Well, that's the end of the movie.
That's the end of the movie.
Not the series, because there's Evangelion 2.0 and Evangelion 3.0 and blah, 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 blah.
And that is how that ends.
Yeah.
And I have never in my life
been more disappointed.
Ever. I mean, besides Kingdom Hearts is kind of the same thing to me. It's that bad. It's that bad.
And yeah, it's
Where
was that? Where the fuck was that? Where was that in episode 24, 25, and 26?
Why?
Where the fuck was that?
Why? 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 Why would you take a character?
Why would you take a character, remove all of his growth? Why would you just? I don't know.
And the only thing that I can think is I don't know if the writer's still alive. I don't know exactly what his mental state is. Maybe he gave up. Maybe that was his way of saying fuck it. There is no happy ending.
I still feel like there's a better way to do that.
There is so much of a better way to do that.
So many different ways to do that. Like, I don't want to spoil Cowboy Bebop, but
oh my god,
I
cannot wait.
Oh my god, dude, we had to finish Bebop.
Yeah, we do. That'll probably be the
actually. You want to do Bebop after this?
I actually have to work in 7 hours. I can probably watch an episode. I can watch an episod or two. I can watch an episode or two.
Okay.
Also, hi Opal. I forgot to say hello. Hi Opal. Still really convinced. A lot of fans of the show. Oh, by the way, the first thing that I showed you guys, or that we showed, was a shit ton of people saying that it's 100% on Rotten Tomatoes, 8.5 out of 10, 8.6 out of 10. The audience rating summary is 4.8 stars.
Well, remember, there are people who actually have fucking killed themselves over this.
There
series
are people
there are people who are dead because of how
because of
shit
because of how it was handled.
Shit
and I'm not gonna say that that's the artist's fault. That is absolutely not their fault. Totally not their fault. People
I don't even know who to blame for this. Like, I don't even know, where can I point and say this is where it went wrong? This. I don't even know.
For 23 from what I understand, episodes, dude.
From what I understand, the only thing that changed was there was a budget cut. And
there was a budget cut. From what we've heard,
like, a budget cut does not
change the writing.
The budget cut does, like, a change in funds should not change the writing.
I would watch a poorly animated thing if the story was good.
Yeah, I would. Well, I'm not sure if I would say that. Like,
well, there are some things out there. I've listened to that YouTuber that I sent you. He talks so much about anime, and he talks about it in a way that is like it hits you in the heart. And he's shown some anime that are like poorly animated, but like that's the point. It's like they don't give a shit about the anime. They just want to tell. It's coming from a studio that doesn't have a whole lot of
studio that tells a story. But however, like, if the animation is offensive to my senses, then I'm probably not going to engage with it. Like right. There. Do you remember the Cartoon Network show Problem Solvers?
Oh God!
Like, imagine
that fucking belly flop.
Imagine that animation, but like the greatest story ever.
No.
Nobody would be able to watch it. Nobody would fucking watch it.
No, listen. That's even got okay animation. It's the fucking art that's awful. Like,
just imagine that art direction though. Like, just imagine that art direction, but the writing was like on par with like Shakespeare. Like, nobody would be able to fucking watch it.
I'd give it a shot. You'd be surprised the things that you were. You
would watch that fucking eyesore.
Yep, I would. I am genuinely serious.
Bullshit.
Dude, you want to know what I watch? You want to know what I've watched, and I can tell you 100% is one of the fucking funniest, greatest shows I've ever watched. Barbie: Life in the Dream House, and I am not fucking kidding.
I don't know how to respond to that.
Barbie: Life in the Dream House is one of the funniest, well-written shows I have ever watched, and I am not fucking kidding you. I am not pulling your leg. That is an actual thing that's coming out of my fucking mouth. It is real. It is on Netflix. Please, for the love of God, go watch it. It is so hysterical. Oh my God.
Okay.
Mango, I'm not kidding.
Anyway, legit death threats from fans because of the shitty real ending.
I believe it.
Well, no, that came after the ending was aired. Like, what happened in production? What happened in fucking production? You know, because budget cuts do not explain shitty writing. They just don't.
You can't tell me that, oh, they lost money, and so the ending of the series changed.
And obviously, like, was it just...
From what I've heard, that, like, the original ending is the way it was supposed to end. He had that the whole way through. He was like, yep, that's how it's
I'm just saying,
end.
like, it explained nothing. It explained fucking nothing.
Nothing happened.
Nothing happened. Nothing explained.
Nothing happened.
characters and story arcs are just dropped, and
they're just dropped. People are still in the hospital.
Yeah, no, story was fucking dropped, and really only in the movie, the only character that whose arc ended is Asuka.
And she was the third main character.
Yeah,
we don't get it.
She's not even there in the beginning. She's not even there in the fucking beginning.
Fucking Misato just gets fucking
shot and forgotten. And
how?
I don't know.
The main antagonist gets fucking blah.
I don't know. Blah. Maybe okay. Maybe. And here's what I'm thinking. I think it was maybe. Here's my hypothesis. They were making shit up as they went along.
Clearly,
as you do when making a story sometimes, because that is it's a decent way to write a story. It's not the best way to write. I'm not saying it's the best way to write a story. It's just a way. It's a way to write a story. Is just to kind of go with it,
which is fine.
And I think once they realized, once the budget cuts happened, once everything was coming to a halt, that they realized, oh shit, we have so many things to explain. And they couldn't do it.
And they didn't want to
No, and they couldn't do it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
I brought this up.
That's what I'm thinking. A similar thing kind of happened with Steven Universe, but it's not completely with the fault of the writing staff. Just a complete disclaimer. Steven Universe has a shitty ending. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not going to fucking upsell it. It has a shitty ending. But I don't fully blame the writing staff. The network kind of pulled the rug underneath the feet of the entire cast of writers and creators and everything, and basically just said, okay, yeah, you're done. And granted them 16 episodes in a spin-off series, after the fact. So I can forgive the ending of Steven Universe, because I could tell that they were making stuff up as they were going, and then they ran into a brick wall that disappeared out of nowhere. The spin-off series, they hyped up to explain everything, and it does not do that. It does. Yeah, no. That series is just complete train wreck.
You can't excuse bad planning. Exactly. Okay. So let me bring this forward. As someone who I can guarantee you made the exact same mistake that this character did, I have the utmost respect for Scott Cawthon, the guy who created Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah.
So there's this character in the final game that came out, not the most recent one, not the VR game, but it was called Ultimate Custom Night. It basically had every character that's ever been.
I'm familiar with Ultimate Custom Night. That's the one where you could choose which animatronics to.
Yeah, you can basically have them all. You literally can have them all.
Yeah.
There is this character named Mr. Hippo. He's a hippo. I know, surprising.
Whoa.
When he kills you, he's one of the most unique characters to kill you. Probably because he's so basic. The fact that he would kill you is kind of weird, right?
Okay.
When he kills you, usually what happens is you get the death scream, and then maybe they say something like, "We fucking hate you," or something like that.
Okay. Kind of like the monsters in Spookies.
Yes. However, yeah, exactly like the monsters. Okay. Mr. Hippo, when he kills you, he actually goes on monologues. And it is some of the saddest shit you'll ever hear if you take it from the perspective of Scott Cawthon talking to his fans. Okay. So, let me read you this monologue. I'm going to read you this monologue. This is when he kills you. He goes, "My friend, you have met a terrible fate, terrible demise. Blah, 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 blah. It reminds me of one summer day in the park. I was having just a delightful picnic with my good friend Orville, and I said to him, Orville, I have a story. And he said to me, what's the significance of the story? And I said to him, Orville, not every story has to have significance. Sometimes a story is just a story. You try to read into every little thing and find meaning in everything anyone says. You'll just drive yourself crazy. Had a friend do it once. Wasn't pretty. We talked about it for years. Not only that, but you'll likely end up believing something you shouldn't believe, thinking something you shouldn't think, or assuming something you shouldn't assume. Sometimes, I said, a story is just a story. So just be quiet for 1 second in life and eat your sandwich. Then I realized that I'd made sandwiches. Poor Orville was having such difficulty eating it. Elephants have those clumsy hands. Blah, 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 blah. I recall saying to him, Orville, let me go get you some rye bread, blah, 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 blah. Essentially, the point of it, I have lost the place that he said it that was so significant. But essentially what he says is, I should have said that I have something to say, not that I have a story to tell. I have something to say, not a story to tell. What happened is the writer got too hooked up on the specifics. He could have kept everything vague and ended the story about Shinji. It could have literally just been about Shinji. But I assume what happened is people started asking questions like where the angels come from, or what's the motives, blah, 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 blah. And instead of staying with the character-driven narrative, it became almost like an extended universe where you needed to make everything happen, which is where we get these 50 million video games, the manga, the anime.
I would agree with that, and I'd say that's a very poignant point. Very well put, by the way. However, Neener just said...
I know. I read some of Neener's shit.
Yeah.
I read some of Neener's
Apparently,
shit.
I was right. Apparently, I was right, and you just couldn't think of an ending, so they were like, "Here you go.
Here you go." And that's how it has to
fucking
happen.
God. All right. Well. Oh my fucking God! How?
I don't understand. How do you get to that point?
How? Just
people put this on their list of the best anime in the world,
and the ending was just.
Here you go. I could have literally shit out a better ending to this man.
Honestly, yeah, I could have made a fucking better ending if you just gave me a basic understanding of the fucking. Oh my fucking God.
Oh my God! After we finished watching this, Pan was like, "So, Connor, let me ask you. Connor, let me ask you."
Yeah. Okay, I was just about to ask you that again. Just to kind of tie this up, just to kind of wrap this up. And I'll ask you this again. Connor, how would you fix Neon Genesis Evangelion? How would you fix it?
First and foremost, the story needs to be about Shinji. Shinji is the main character.
Yes.
Every character needs to exist as an extension or attraction or challenge to Shinji's character.
Or like a foil.
You need to figure out what Shinji's end game is.
Yes.
Does Shinji want to die? Then make him die. Does Shinji want to live? Then make Shinji live.
Or make it a tragedy, and where Shinji wants to live, but dies. Yeah.
What I said my ideal ending would be is that you would cut out all of this fucking hokey bullshit. You get rid of the 17th angel because that's stupid. You would have you would still, I mean, you could have a 17th angel if you just wrote them in better. Maybe give him an actual reason to reflect on himself. But here's the thing. I still want human instrumentality to happen. I still want all of the world to die and it to land on Shinji, to make the decision, to him still be standing there with the power of God and to look at it and to want to die so bad, but to think about his father, to think about Asuka, to think about Rei, to think about Misato, to think about the 17th angel, to think about Ryoji, to think about Toji, to think about everyone that has ever shown him any kindness when he should not have expected to hear any. And to think, you know what? I fucking hate myself. But all of these people saw enough of a redeemable quality in me to give me a chance. I owe it to them to give it another chance. And maybe somewhere down the line, I will give up. But I'm going to give myself a second chance. I can die right here, right now. But these people who loved me, I actually think that I love them back. And so he recreates the world. He gets rid of all of the angels. He gets rid of Nerve. He gets rid of all of this fighting. everyone just has a quiet life. Maybe not even in the same town, but all of them are within earshot of him. He can reach out and touch them or talk to them whenever he needs to. And he gives everyone a second chance. And he begins to love himself. Maybe.
I completely agree. However, I kind of have a sticking point with Angel 17. Despite like the failings with the with the execution with Angel 17, I actually really love the concept. So
absolutely, it's the pursuit. He's never been wanted before.
Exactly.
This guy wants.
If you introduce Angel 17 at the beginning, make it a real mystery.
A real mystery.
Maybe
make
a real fucking mystery. And I think that Angel 17 could have been great. Angel 17 could have been fucking great if you make it an actual real mystery. And apparently, that's the fucking manga. Yeah.
I read that. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, listen. As the angels were getting more and more intense, for some reason, they were trying to understand how to be more and more human.
Yeah, and then you have this one that can mimic being human.
That is human.
Yeah.
Or at least is a really great.
In most cases, really. Yeah. If the manga ends as Connor described it, then yes, definitely read the fucking manga. Fuck the anime.
Fuck the anime. Jesus Christ.
But like, the manga is based off the anime in this instance. That's weird. That's fucking weird. That's fucking weird. How do you have a good ending for something that came out?
Because I got 3 chances at it.
You have so many chances. You had 3 chances. And
you get 3
at
chances
the third
at it.
go, you get it right. The third go, you get it right.
Toriyama does that bullshit all the time.
Fuck.
Literally, Dragon Ball Z does that all the fucking time. I cannot tell you how many comments I get on my videos going like, "Oh, this doesn't matter anymore. This isn't canon. He fixed that." No. You don't get to do that as a writer. You don't get to go, "Oh, okay, that thing that you're invested in."
No.
No, you
Once
don't get
something's
to do that.
out there, it's out there. It's
out there.
You can't J.K. Rowling this shit and go back and be like, "Oh yeah, this character's actually gay.
Oh, yeah,
and actually no, he's pan and likes to fuck horses on the weekends or some shit." I don't know.
No, you don't get to do that.
No, how do you... You don't get to go back and be like, you know what, I don't like how that goes, how that ending went. You know,
do you get to unpunch someone? Like, if you punch someone in the face that didn't deserve it, do you get to unpunch them?
Okay. My dad kind of my dad was somewhat of a, how do I put this? Actually, what I'm doing right now is a perfect encompassment of that. So he was very poignant with words. Okay. And he would always say that you can't unring a bell. And that's why he always liked to think things through. And, you know, that's kind of resonating with me now. You can't unring a bell. You can't undo what was done. You know, you can't just add more canon in the hopes that it will clean your shit up. Like,
you don't get to do that.
Listen, creator of Evangelion, whoever you are, I don't even give a shit about your name anymore or any other project that you happen to work on. You fucked up.
You fucked up.
You
don't get to
fucked up big time, and you don't get to J.K. Rowling this shit.
You do not get to do that.
Yeah, no.
You
don't get to put yourself on this high pedestal. You don't get to fucking and be like, "Oh, you have to consume all the media." No, fuck you. No. Just admit you fucked up, which it sounds like you already did.
Apparently, you fucked up enough to have like 15 fucking movies to read.
Hideaki Anno.
Yeah. Okay.
You're a shit storyteller.
You're a very bad storyteller. I'm putting you next to Akira
You're
Toriyama.
a bad storyteller. You're good at world building, but the punchline was fucking weak, and people died because of your shit writing.
You want to know who else likes doing the whole, "Hey guys, I have a story to tell, but actually at the end it doesn't really fucking matter." Who's the guy that made the mystery box? Mystery box idea?
I don't.
J.J. Abrams. J.J.
Did you ever see about the name?
No. What's the name? What do you mean? Like Neon
Genesis Evangelion. Do you know what it means?
No.
Nothing. It just sounds cool. I shit you not. It just sounds cool, is his reasoning. It has absolutely no purpose whatsoever besides it just sounds cool.
You know who else did that?
Who?
Akira Toriyama.
Uh,
Do you know what Kamehameha means?
oh, Kamehameha?
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
You want to know? You want to?
Oh,
You don't know what it means? No, it literally means nothing. He got it from the guy who's the Hawaiian king or whatever. The Kamehameha.
Oh.
And he literally, there's an interview of Akira Toriyama. They were like, "Where'd you come up with Kamehameha?" And he was like, "Oh, it's the Hawaiian, it's the Hawaiian king or whatever." And he's like, "Yeah, I was just staying up one late at night with my wife, and I was trying to come up with cool moves." Which, by the way, the Kamehameha is just a beam attack. And
we're all familiar with the Hadouken.
Yeah, Hadouken. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, right. The Kamehameha is a beam, and the Gallic gun is a beam, and the Raccoon cannon is a beam, and Nappa's mouth laser is a beam, and they're all beams. They don't matter.
They're all lasers. They're all lasers.
They're all lasers. No.
But he just yells it because it just sounds cool.
Yes.
But there's a difference there. There is a bit of a difference there because that's something like.
It's just meant to sound
cool.
It's
a shonen anime, right? Like,
right.
Everything is
bit,
flashy and exaggerated. So, a character yelling nonsense, that's kind of forgivable in my eyes.
Neener, you know what Hadouken means? It means wave motion fist. It's a lot cooler than guy who was the king of Hawaii.
Yeah.
Wave motion fist, as in he sent a fist out in a wave motion. That sounds pretty fucking cool.
Yeah,
at
that
least
does
they
sound
put
pretty
effort
fucking
into
cool.
it.
I mean, even the king of Hawaii, like that's still kind of neat, I guess. I mean, I guess if like there's a certain air of like regality and power. I guess you could.
Yeah, except the guy who teaches the Kamehameha is a pervert who looks at underage girls' underwear.
I mean, is it better than a 15-year-old that jacks off to a comatose 15-year-old?
No, they're the exact same thing. Is what. Opal, you're referring to Tien's fucking tri-beam, as in the thing that actually is it's slightly different from a beam because it shoots out in 3 ways instead of just one, and it actually costs stamina to use. Like it actually destroys your body. Yeah, it's got a little bit more. Oh, they fucking threw Tien out into the fucking wayside. You want to know why? Because he's Chinese. Ooh. Anyway, that's for another discussion.
Is that why they forgot about Asuka's because she's German?
Oh no.
Asuka German.
We
don't really have we really don't have the best relationship with Germany, we had that thing back in the 40s. We don't like to talk about it. It comes from a Christian world, meaning the gospel. It's supposed to bring blessing. It actually has to do with Greek. I chose the name because it sounds complicated. Yeah, that's literally it. It shows.
It's just.
So
it's substanceless. It has no meaning. He just made it.
It just sounds cool.
Me say big words equals smart. Hey, have you guys heard of a game called Death Stranding?
The fucking baby game?
Yeah, the game made by Hideo Kojima, the guy who made the critically acclaimed, super amazing, and really well thought out, not necessarily, the series Metal Gear Solid. Yeah, so he made Death Stranding, and it has been critically panned as one of the most egregious, most fucking out there bullshit, awful game. The story is not coherent, and you know what the guy had, what he had to say in response to people saying that because they were like, "Hey, Death Stranding sucks." Hey, Hideo Kojima, can you explain why it sucks? And he goes, "Oh, Americans play first-person shooters. They can't understand my game."
When you put yourself on that high horse,
Nah.
No, man.
Sorry.
You just lose all my respect.
No one is above the people they're trying to please.
Nobody is above. Like, that's some Butch Hartman shit.
Like, are you fucking kidding me?
Like,
really?
That is some Butch Hartman shit right there.
That is ridiculous. I have never heard of an artist saying that.
Butch Hartman.
Butch Hartman.
But are you not aware of how
no,
much
I know. Yeah,
Butch
he's a
Hartman
fucking,
is?
Yeah, no, it's the guy who's like he's got like this online persona now. Like, I don't know why he's actually like it's almost like he's got a cartoon persona online.
Oh my fucking god, really?
It's so weird.
I mean, how do you redeem yourself? Is he really trying to redeem himself some way?
I guess he's trying to act like. Oh, you know what? Another kind of like case study is like the guy who's making the Yandere simulator is like almost the exact same way. Yeah, Yandere dev. Fucking yeah. Anyway, yeah, Nina's right. Evangelion conclusion.
No. This is a podcast. We're supposed to go on tangents. Like, creators can get full of themselves. I think that's what we're trying to. Yeah, because we have been going on for 3 hours.
We've been going on for 3 hours. You know what? Fuck it. Listen. As someone who is critical online, there is no one I'm more critical of than myself. Sometimes you just gotta get shit out there. I totally get that. But if you're gonna sit there and say that what you're creating is like above criticism, or you didn't do something wrong and you're not open to that possibility, you don't have to say, all right, yeah, I totally fucked up. Every part of this series sucks. But you really gonna sit here and tell me that people who didn't like your shit, and you're gonna sit here and be like, no, that my thing's 100 on Rotten Tomatoes. You guys can't do that. It's a pinnacle anime. It deals with depression.
And then you come out and admit that you just couldn't think of an ending.
You had no fucking clue the whole time.
You fucking just, like...
No.
I don't know, man.
No.
People fucking died over this.
People fucking died over it. I'm not gonna act like that's not his fault. That's absolutely not his fault. But...
No, I'm not faulting him for that. I'm not really faulting him for that, but that's still, like... That's the amount of an...
People cared about that much!
People cared about it that much, and then, like, you just treat the ending like it was nothing. And just yeah.
Like,
I don't even know what the fuck to say.
How do you give so little of a shit about something you're making that much money off of?
It's not Ano's fault? No, how... Whoa. How do you... What? He literally could not think of an ending. How is it not his fault? His fan base is way too into it?
What do you mean?
I disagree.
You're making a TV show! Don't you want people to like it?
Yeah, you want to put your all into it. Especially the ending. Especially the fucking ending. That's like supposed to be like the grand finale. How do you fuck up the grand finale?
Is that not why fan service exists? Is for people to like fall in love with your series just because you're giving them Lay's potato chips?
No, I mean the reason why his fan base killed themselves.
Yeah, we get it.
I'm not even, and Mango, I'm not even talking about Yick, all right? I'm not even going to touch that piece of shit, all right? I'm not even going to talk about that garbage, because Yick is agreed to be shit. This is acclaimed to be one of the greatest
animes ever created. Ever. It's got 100% right. By the way, Rotten Tomatoes is bullshit anyway, but...
He targeted those fans?
What? In what way? In what way?
Yeah, exactly. Just like talk to people about like
what do you guys like about it? What do you listen?
Look at the quote from the developer.
Here's the thing about this, right?
Baby developer.
No, so you know how? But there's a difference between Evangelion and Yick. There's a difference between an anime that has this cult following that's claimed to be... I'm not talking about the ego of the creator, because any creator can have the ego the size of Texas. I'm talking about, like, the impact of the product.
Let me tell you this, all right? Sega sucks, right? Sega's bad. They do not make good video games. They just don't. There hasn't been a good Sonic game in fucking years. Except for Sonic Mania. Do you know who made Sonic Mania?
No.
Not Sega.
Of course.
Fans did.
Oof.
Fans did. Do you want to know what Sega did? Rather than saying, "Hey, you guys can't make a fan game," you know what they did? They paid them. They said, "Come on to the team."
Yeah.
Come on to the team.
I
Make your game.
don't even fucking know.
Make
Make
it. And it's one of the best Sonic games that's come out in years.
All right. So let's try.
I know. Sega makes more than Sonic, but I'm referring to Sonic as like part of the case study.
Well, when you think Sega, you think Sonic. I mean, come on.
Right. Exactly.
All right. So let's try to wrap this up. Let's try to make a TLDR. So Connor, Evangelion. We spent 23 out of 26 episodes
enjoying the hell out of it.
Enjoying the fuck out of it.
Oh my god.
The ending was bad.
Atrocious.
It was egregious.
Irredeemable.
Irredeemable. So, just, would you say it was worth your time, though? Would you say that it was worth your time?
Yes.
I would as well. At least for the 23 episodes.
For 23 episodes.
When it comes to 24, you could just forget about that shit.
Just stop watching this.
Just stop. You could stop. You could just stop.
I can
and
stop
go on with
Kingdom
your
Hearts.
life. Enjoy.
Playing Kingdom Hearts.
Enjoy the not knowing of an ending.
Enjoy it. Just act like it got
your
canceled.
Own. Make your own.
Make your own.
Make
you
your
can
own.
do a better job than they can.
And I would say you would have a fucking more enjoyable time.
Life.
No, you can't. Fuck you, Neener. Shut up, Neener. I'm just saying. You can watch up to 23, and you can enjoy up to 23. The story is literally the crutch.
Yeah, exactly. Listen to the story until you get to 23.
Yeah, just read the story up until that point.
Up until that point, and then say fuck it, and then literally just close your ears and go la 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 la.
The story's not the crutch. It's the characterization.
Characterization.
Okay, we're going to get into a fight with Neener, and that's always going to turn into a fucking right.
Another couple hours.
Yeah, and you got to get to sleep.
I do have to get
to sleep. I'm going into mom mode. Fuck me. But anyway, so yeah, I think this is a good place to stop. I think we said everything we've had to say. Is there anything I could have possibly forgotten that we haven't covered in 3 hours?
No.
No? I can't think of anything either. So, thank you. Now you two can watch Darling in the Franxx. And that's actually a series that I was going to bring up. Maybe after Bebop.
Boy, blibbity bloop.
Yeah, after Bebop, and then, I don't know, maybe Darling in the Franxx. I also want to try
I have a movie that I got to show you. Remember Train to Busan? We're watching Train to Busan.
Train to Busan, yes. Okay.
Yeah, we're going to watch that. You're going to love it. It's going to be great. I promise you.
All right. So
I'm showing Opal that too, by the way. It's going to be awesome.
Well, we could do a movie night on, like, your server.
Ooh, that'd be fun. Well, if I can figure out how the fuck I can do that.
Or better yet, I could do it on my server. And Opal, if you want to join my server, as for anyone else who's going to be listening to this, there's a link in the Twitch description, or it should be in the video description if you're listening to this on YouTube. And I just want to thank y'all for coming to this episode 1 of whatever the fuck we're going to call this eventually. We're still going to workshop a name.
We're gonna get one. I'll be at work tomorrow. I'll probably come up with something.
Yeah,
something stupid.
We'll think. Yeah, we will.
I'm gonna think it regardless of whatever it is.
Yeah. So we'll. Yeah. So I don't know when the next time we're gonna get together. I would imagine we would consume media. Then
we'll have a reason to talk. Exactly. We're not gonna put this on a schedule or anything.
Yeah. I mean, not that we need a reason to talk, but I feel like we need like some sort of focus.
I was gonna say when we have a focus behind our talk, that's good. Because otherwise, we'll just ramble along.
We'll just ramble on, and it'll be fucking 12 hours instead of 3.
Yeah. Also, Mango, we are gonna watch Barbie Life in the Dream House. Oh my god, it's so fucking good. I straight up am gonna do that.
You're 25 years old and recommending Barbie Dream House. I hope you realize that.
Joke. I watched it as a joke.
Oh yeah, sure.
I watched it as a joke.
Yeah, sure. What's next? My Little Pony: Friendship is Magic.
I watched that as a joke too.
Oh my god!
I was like, oh my god, this first season's actually not that bad. The rest of the show fucking sucks, but the first season's pretty damn good.
Neener, we're not talking about Meet the Feebles.
Oh my god. Okay, we gotta end this. Bye,
Okay.
guys. Thank you so
Yes,
much.
bye.
We'll be doing this again.
Thank you. We will be doing this again. I'm not sure if it's going to be next week or the week after or whatever. There we go. Just technical difficulties. But anyway, yeah, we'll figure something out. I don't know, and we'll come up with a name, and we'll actually be more professional about this. I might actually get like different fucking displays for this, whatever the fuck we're going to call this show. Whatever. But yeah, thanks a lot. If we can finish Bebop by next week, maybe we could do it then.
Yeah.
Does that sound reasonable?
Yeah. Evening's off, you know that.
What episode do we end off on? Maybe we can finish it off. I don't know. Yeah. We'll play it by ear. Just fucking pay attention to whatever. But anyway,
also, Ben has been recording this the whole time.
I have been recording this the whole time. So this will be up on YouTube, at least on my channel. But yeah. All right.
Cool.
Cool.
Awesome. Love you guys. Bye.
Adieu. Peace out. Good night.